He's not wearing a hat.
Bye, guys. What'd he say?
My secret.
Ah, for you.
He's not at the beach.
See you later. Guys. It's Dan. Dan, my man.
You're right. I really like you.
Yes.
Dream Phone, the hot electronic talking phone game.
It's for you.
Cheese, glorious cheese.
Order Italian food with real cheese. Order Mexican food with real cheese.
Cheese, glorious cheese.
Order sandwiches with real cheese. Whatever you order in your favorite restaurant, real cheese makes it better.
It's cheese, marvelous cheese, fabulous cheese, glorious cheese.
What's Nickelodeon's new game show Finders Keepers all about? It's easy. All you gotta do is find the hidden pictures.
Hot dog is correct.
Find the hidden clues.
Is it the comb? Is it the comb? It is the comb for $50.
Keep the cash. Keep the prizes. Keep it all.
All right, you ready to go? All right. Find it.
Finders Keepers. Find it every weekday at 6 o'clock, 5 o'clock Central, only on Nickelodeon.
Because Captain Crunch only picks sweet, yummy, special berries like us.
Making my Crunch Berry cereal.
Very delicious.
Yay, Crunch Berries!
Crunch Berries are a very sweet part of a balanced breakfast.
When you got a big taste for bubble gum, you can follow the captain
and get yourself some.
2 whole packs
That'll blow you away.
in peanut butter crunch
Or Crunch Berries, hey! Rainbow bubble gum, especially marked boxes.
Where are you going with those stripes?
That's Aqua Fresh for kids. Just follow me.
Toothpaste? I hate to brush.
Aqua Fresh for kids makes brushing fun. It's got a zingy taste kids love. Fluoride, too, and it's easy to pump and has a neat top.
Great, but how are you going to get those stripes in there?
Watch. Aqua Fresh for kids. I make brushing fun.
My McDonald's Happy Meal, please. Thank you. My McDonald's Happy Meal, please. Rabble, rabble. Hamburglar, you've really become attached to that McDonald's Happy Meal.
Here come the Fraggles in their vegetable cars. And you can get either Gobo Fraggle, or Red, or Boober and Wembley, or Moki when you buy a McDonald's Happy Meal featuring Fraggle Rock. Fraggle Rock toys at McDonald's.
Cronin takes the ball at the top of the key. He pops.
Jerry! 3-point!
He's double teamed. He's driving over the top. Slam dunk for Jerry! What moves? Cronin steals. They're all over him. He breaks loose. Swish!
Jerry!
You know, ever since I got this Nerf hoop, I don't mind going to my room to do my homework.
Jerry! Are you studying?
Cronin shoots from midcourt. Yes! Does this kid ever miss?
There's only one Nerf.
Hi, time for timer. What? No time for breakfast? Now look, since 6 o'clock last night you haven't eaten a bite. Come on, I'll show you why that's really not the way for a growing kid to start a busy day. Here we are inside your body, and this noisy empty space is your stomach getting angry 'cause there's no food in the place. Uh-oh, let's find some food fast. Now listen, I don't want you to think this is the best way to eat breakfast, but in case you can't cook, and if you haven't time for a good cereal in a well-balanced meal, then this quickie breakfast is better than nothing at all, okay? Hey, here's orange juice and milk and fruit just waiting to be taken. And bless my soul, right here's a bowl with 1 cold piece of steak in, a hard-boiled egg or chicken leg or cheese or luncheon meat, or a peanut butter sandwich. Any time of day is a treat. So to keep your mom from grumbling and stop that stomach rumbling and keep your legs from stumbling when you play, you've got to eat some kind of breakfast every day.
Who cares? Class is in session at Bayside High. There's biology,
Chocolate-covered grasshoppers.
chemistry, psychology.
Doesn't anybody feel the way I feel?
Saved by the Bell premieres Monday, November 2nd on TBS.
I was tired, listless. My hair looked bad. My dog moved away. My life was as bland as your average chicken sandwich. Then I tried McDonald's new Max Grill. Now this was different.
A marinated chicken breast with Monterey Jack, sweet red onions, tangy herb dressing on an oven-fresh roll. Well, things changed. My hair looks great. My dog came home, and we struck oil in the backyard.
Coincidence? We don't think so. Try McDonald's new Max Grill. Further proof that what you want is what you get. At McDonald's.
Aren't you streaming, Mama Ross?
Introducing Quackers, little ducks with a lot of flavor. So now, all the cheddar cheese flavor of a cheddar cheese puff is in a little duck. And all the sour cream and onion flavor of a sour cream and onion chip is also in a little duck. New flavor-coated Quackers in sour cream and onion, crispy original and cheddar. A lot of flavor in a little duck.
It only happens once a year. The spirit, the spell, the haunting of Halloween 1987. The treat is all day, all night horror. The trick is to get out alive. From the true masters of scaremonies to classic tales of terror, you're invited to celebrate Halloween 1987. Saturday on USA.
Monday, you're invited to a wild Halloween party at Melrose Place.
What are you doing on the loose?
Well, I guess all the monsters and goblins are out.
Get ready for an evening of shocking surprises.
I'm pregnant.
And things that go bump in the night. Melrose Place, part of Fox's Halloween Bash, Monday.
They came for a day in the park. A day of thrills. They could never have imagined how deadly a thrill could be.
Everybody on that coaster is gonna die.
NBC takes you on the ride of your life. Experience the thrill in 3s. In a remote corner of the South Pacific, an exiled scientist created something impossible. Unmistakably human. Undeniably animal. On the island of Dr. Moreau.
I'd like to present my children.
Father?
Oh, my God.
Now, he's upset the balance of nature.
Have you ever considered that for every minute we're studying them, that they are studying us?
And with the key of science,
What's going on?
he's unlocked the gates of hell. Marlon Brando, Val Kilmer, David Thewlis in the terrifying motion picture event of the year. There is no escape from the island of Dr. Moreau. Coming soon to a theater near you.
You got a storm here in
There's
your way,
more
Catch?
spine-tingling terror as The Simpsons continues next.
Butterflies everywhere, watch them go!
Going through his trunk up to the sky.
Boy, they're tickly little guys!
It's Elephant, the butterfly blowing elephant game. Grab your nets and catch as many as you can. Catch the most and you win.
Everywhere you look, there's butterflies. Catch them with your nets when you see them floating by.
And I'll snip them in again and blow them out! I'm Elephant the Elephant!
I scream, you scream. We all scream for ice cream. Ahem. We all scream for ice cream.
Yeah!
Thank you. Hershey's chocolate syrup.
What was that?
What was what?
I heard a noise.
Oh, it's not Nani.
Oh. There it is again.
What?
It's that noise again.
When you go back to sleep, I told you it's not Nani.
There's no mistaking that nut and honey taste. Crisp flakes of corn smothered in sweet honey and roasted peanuts.
Now I suppose that was Nut and Honey.
Nope.
Kellogg's Nut and Honey.
That was the milk.
Crunch.
An innocent discovery.
I wouldn't touch that if I were you.
A powerful weapon. I want that rocket. A deadly conspiracy.
They're working for a Nazi agent.
An extraordinary adventure.
Jenny's in trouble.
We've got the girl.
Here it comes!
The rocket will come to us.
We're only gonna get one pass at this!
The Rocketeer, rated PG. Now playing at a theater near you. Check newspapers for showtimes.
Who saw The Rocketeer? I remember that movie. I barely remember that movie. What up, y'all? Shouts out to all the early arrivals. Sending all the love out to Catch 22, who is getting ready for the storm coming in. Hope you're doing good, homie. I just walked in the door. I'm actually, we had somebody walk into the shop right at the end of the day. And so it took me a little bit longer to get out of the shop than usual. And normally I have about 30 minutes or so to sort of unwind and get things going. But I walked in the door, lights, camera, action. And so we're just gonna jump right into things. Looks like Fader's kind of having a similar day. He's going to be in a little bit. Jungle Cruise, Corinne will be in a little bit as well. Exclamation point Zoom if you want to join the conversation. Might be an avatar. You're feeling sick. Okay, I see you. Unwind live. That's what hey, I'm here. That's what it is, right? Deep. It is really good to see you. Hey, and thanks for joining the Discord. That's a good look. I saw that. Exclamation point Discord. There we go. Feel free to join the Discord. A lot of this conversation stems from the 916 Junglist Discord, specifically in the DJs Not DJing section. So make sure you do that. And big up to the early rivals. What up, Sapienus? Positivity. We sound checking. Absolute value. Good to see you. There was a first timer in here. There, Karina Carnoza. Big up. Welcome to the least exciting stream on the DJ channel currently. If it's like everyone's fist pumping and hyping up their show right now, this is going to be the exact opposite. We hitting the brakes and we get to get nerdy. Ah, cariñosa. Thank you. Appreciate that. Yeah, the unfollow and follow. I'm still guilty of doing that, actually. We're going to be basically the premise of this show comes from me being the old record snob here in town. The DJ shop out here, amongst a few of them, but the DJ shop out here that I was a part of was called Imagine Music. And on Tuesdays was New Record Day back then. And on New Record Day, all the DJs would meet up and we talk a little shop, talk a little shit, develop friendships, maybe influence other people in music that maybe we've never heard before, or share some stuff that we've never seen before. And it was a good meeting of the minds. And so even prior to this show, I would do an annual meetup for the local cats here in town. I started a group called the Sacramento DJ Alliance, the SDJA, and we would do annual meetups, which just happened recently. And also in conjunction with that, there's like a Facebook group, and this is all before Discord, right? And then the pandemic hit, and I saw the need for a show like this, just for me personally. It started as just me wanting to reach out to my peers and try to discover if there's a way for us to all come together and work out the nightmare that was happening for working DJs during the pandemic. I'm not saying it wasn't for good reason. I'm just saying that it was a nightmare. A lot of us lost all of our jobs, lost everything with no kind of unemployment or no kind of loans to help bail us out. And we were just kind of stuck with a popular opinion of people saying things like, well, I guess you should have had a real job. And on one side, you see this, we're all in this together. And we're like, but we don't have anything. Please help us. It was pretty wild. And so those talks were a lot of fun. And fast forward 4 years, and this show has evolved into just a weekly meeting of the minds. Every week, there's something to talk about. And if there's not anything to talk about, we'll figure it out. We talk about it. And I try to keep it to a tight 2. 7:30 p.m. to 9:30 p.m. Pacific. Sometimes it runs late. I say sometimes, like, every time. Used to have a weekly radio show in the Shoutcast days. Clear Channel did a good job of shutting those down. Yeah, I remember the Shoutcast stuff. Yeah, New Music Tuesdays. Big up to those who know about that. When music all came out on the same day. It actually came out on the Friday prior in the UK. And then we would get all that stuff on Monday in time for us to put it on the shelf for sale on Tuesday. I'm catching up with the chat right now. Deep is hilarious. Who was first? Let me scroll up. Who was first on the scene? Catch 22. I see you, bruv. Hell yeah. So yeah, this week's show, there's a few things that I wanted to talk about, and we'll probably just kind of blaze through them pretty quick. I also wanted to watch some stuff that I thought was pretty interesting, and sort of do that cliche sort of reaction video sort of vibe. And we can all watch a couple of things I thought was dope. And let's see if I can pull up let's pull up the spam. How about that? We'll pull up the spam. Oh, you know what's funny is I don't have we'll have to do it like this. This is fine. This is fine. Let me pull up my... All right. All right. Here is Corinne coming in. Awesome. Let me put this on the share screeny. Yay. Hi, Corinne.
Hi.
It's good to see you. Sounds like you're not feeling well.
No, not doing good, but that was bound to happen with the week that I had.
You had a rock star week. I do want to talk about that. We'll start
It's
there
fucking
after
crazy.
I finish my
All
rant
good.
here. All right, this was a Facebook post. Tonight we have an exciting lineup for you. Bait. Updates into the Twitch DJ program. There were some announcements at TwitchCon and also at the current creator camp. And so I wanted to kind of go through those, especially those who are interested in learning more about the Twitch DJ program. I've sort of like cornered myself as one of the resources for that. And so I want to stay true to that obligation and cover this scoop. As well, there's been certain anniversary posts coming from both Pioneer DJ and from Serato. Pioneer DJ has been posting about the 30th anniversary of the CDJ, and Serato has been posting about the 25-year anniversary of the company Serato. It's actually kind of confusing, and I want to like dive into that a little bit more. Long story short, TLDR, Serato, the Scratch Live program came out in 2004. So it's still like a milestone of a date to say 20 years since Scratch Live. But Serato decided to kind of one up and go for the full 25 and have it be for when they started the Pitch in Time plugin, which, I mean, I guess that is technically when they first started, but none of us really knew or cared about Serato back in those days, honestly, unless you were like specifically into music production and cared about a Pitch in Time, time stretching algorithm plugin. And so, is what it is. I feel like they're kind of missing the mark there, or trying to like, fluff the numbers a bit. New gear, there's a new audio video interface from Rode, and yes, I did not stutter. That is an audio and video interface coming from Rode, so I'm interested in checking that out. This one we might touch on it. It won't be until the very end. This is something specifically for Poppy T. She was asking how I was able to stream to the 916 Junglist channel and to the SAC Tech Exchange Twitch channel and to our YouTube and to Facebook all at the same time. and there's a plugin for that in OBS, and we'll go into that in a little bit. I hella want to watch this. This is exploring the origins of Miami bass music. It's Uncle Luke, aka Luke Skywalker, aka the founding member of Two Live Crew, telling the story of like early Miami bass, and the development of like hip hop culture in the South. And I'm really interested in like watching that. It's only like it's a quick video, but it's something I really want to check out.
Hell yeah.
And then any kind of memes or stuff that have come across our path in the last couple days, last week, and obviously all kinds of lulls and good times. So yeah, that's what we're looking for today. Stick around and find out. All right. Big up to y'all. You joined the DJ program today? Hell yeah. We've been talking about it at length, but I think that the DJ program is a great effort from Twitch. Did they hit it on the head? No, they did not. But is the effort there, and like is what they're doing a step in the right direction? I totally agree. I totally think so. Yes, I do. We'll get into what's going on with the DJ program in a bit. I want to watch something fun first though, just to kind of like lighten the mood a little bit, and then we'll get nerdy. How does that sound, Corinne?
That sounds great.
Okay. Before we do that, how was your Rockstar weekend? Let's hear about it.
Oh my gosh. Well, yeah, I got to play the Pendulum show. It was sold out for a lot of people. It's crazy. And I barely got any time back from the 916 weekend before I did that, but I was able to get my voice back enough to perform just for that performance. And then I had to do How Weird the next day, which is like an outdoor festival, and that's where I really got sick.
So you think you caught it? You think you caught it at the outdoor festival?
I honestly don't know if I caught anything or if I literally just
pushed yourself too far. Your voice.
Gave myself like like bronchitis.
Yeah.
Respiratory problem. Because
what was it like opening for Pendulum? I bet that was amazing. I saw the pictures, or some pictures. That was a great crowd.
It was I was probably I'm not gonna lie, it was probably one of the bigger shows I've ever played. It was crazy. I mean, people were like singing stuff back to me, and they were cheering when I sang, and it was crazy.
That's gotta
it
feel
all
really
went by in a
good.
flash. It felt really great. It was, and the gig was like dropped in my lap like on that Sunday, so I didn't really have time to even process that I was going to be doing it. But it was yeah, it was really awesome. I'm definitely still beaming from it. It was crazy.
I love it.
I could get used to that if I needed to.
Well, congratulations on that. That's a huge thing, and
thank you.
And I'm sure that it was an amazing thing. I'm sorry I wasn't there to see it firsthand.
No, it's all good. It's all good. Spade was there. There's some people that were there.
I love that.
And I got all the videos from Kevin, who is like my PR manager at this point. So yeah,
outstanding.
It was fun.
On the up and up, right, Deep? Hell yeah. What did they have for gear as the front line there? The back line, sorry.
The 4 3000s, and then they had the A9.
Tight.
Which is what I played on for the Diesel Boys show too. So that's pretty much the standard for the big clubs in San Francisco at this point.
CDJ 3000s and the DJM A9. That's the industry standard. I think it's going to be that way for many years, at least a 5-year run. And then, I imagine there's going to be like a Mark II or something that happens over time. But I feel like that's the standard that Pioneer's going for. A long ways from the turntables and vinyl of yesteryears, right?
Absolutely. And the mixer is, it's top notch. It's a good mixer.
Do you remember the first time you were presented with CDJs?
I started DJing when CDJs, like when the 400s were the brand new thing.
Mm-hmm.
So I remember, but I mean, that's where I entered. That's where I entered the scene,
Mm-hmm.
as a DJ. So I remember I had to get one 400 like sent to me, and the other one I had to go to like a special guitar center like way out somewhere to get the other one. And I was hurrying up to buy them because I had a gig in 2 weeks and I had to learn how to use them.
You're like, I need to know how to use these things.
I literally got the gig, said yes to it, and then was like, oh shit. And I had to like get my mixer and all my stuff.
I was I was a hard nose for vinyl. I hung onto my records for a long time. Go figure, right? And
right.
And even in my my top 40 or club type sets, I was doing it with records for many, many years. And I started with a laptop based solution when I really wanted to go digital. But before any of that, there was a CDJ sitting next to the turntables, and I would burn like a couple of copies. I always had to have one or two copies of two copies of the CD in case you needed to play the other one on the other side.
Yep.
But I started to have a book of CDs that I would bring with me that were like better than and that I wouldn't have to. It was before the laptop. It was like right before the laptop.
Yeah.
And the CDJ, man, it's been around, they're saying 30 years now at this point. And
my first gig was on 200s, like when I got there, and I remember they didn't work, so I had to do internal right there on the spot. And I did CDJs. I had CDs. I carried burned CDs in my case in my DJ pack for a long, long time as backups, just in case Serato ever didn't work or whatever, for a long time.
the bag of records along with the laptop bag was easily like the first 4 to 5 years for me. Like I would, even if I was still using my laptop the whole time, I felt like it wasn't right if I wasn't carrying like at least a crate of records with me to the gig. It felt like I was. And these days it's kind of funny because like I've transitioned to most of my gigs being off of a USB stick instead of a laptop. And it feels weird just walking in there with like a headphone bag and a USB stick in your pocket. It doesn't feel right. It feels like I'm leaving something at home. Like I want to walk in with a giant backpack full of shit.
Yeah, I was like, I'm going to be just on USBs for this gig. And I still brought my laptop as a backup. It's like, what's the point of this?
Right.
But I just couldn't help it. I was like, I don't know.
Absolute Value says CDJ 100s and he hated it. Stuck with vinyl, but bought Final Scratch and it was a painful experience. So stuck with vinyl until the CDJ 2000s came out. Yeah, exactly. Like the 2000s was like, okay, we're good. This is something that I can hang with and it works for me. Even prior to those, but we're fine. But the 2000s to me were like the staple. They were like the ones that I was like, okay, we good. This is gonna be the way going forward. I'm all good with this. A couple of USB sticks. I even started packing an Ethernet cable in case I need to link them myself.
Yeah, no, that's real though. That's real.
You know what I mean? And then that's the move lately. I want to watch this video. This is a video that Mixmag put out, I think. Who was it? Oh, DJ Magazine. DJ Magazine put this out, and they are showcasing 30 years of the CDJ. You mind watching this together and seeing what this is all about?
That sounds good.
Awesome. Perfect. Okay. Low effort on your part, which is great.
Sorry. Yeah.
Yep. You're already pushing it. Okay. Invite y'all to watch along, and we're gonna see what this is all about. And if it gets light, we'll give it the skins, and obviously expect commentary.
Suddenly, they showed me the very first CDJ that they had, and I was like, whoa. Suddenly, I stopped using vinyl.
I think that was the point where I thought, okay, this is the future.
And the first CDJs came out, I was 2 years old.
My first impression was kind of like, what? Oh,
the Technique CDJs were hella wonky.
Whatever.
This is like the best way to DJ. Like, I don't want a laptop, I don't want anything else. I just want to plug my USB in and use this. It's got everything I need.
It was the beginning of creating an industry standard.
Felt like such a big jump.
The evil sync button. I mean, it's a thing that I really detest.
Oh, the sync button.
Where
Who
can you
hates
go?
it?
What
are your
else
thoughts
do
about the
we
sync
need?
button, chat?
That beautiful black box has evolved into something quite special.
Oh, I like that.
Big fan.
I think it's important not to be able not to use it for,
当時、カラオケがすごい日本では流行っておりまして、ビジネスとしても大成功しておりました。
Tight. This is the dude that made it.
その海外ではディスコで踊るというカルチャーがメインカルチャーだったんですけども、
This is dope already.
そのディスコでは DJ がアナログターンテーブルを使って
Look at that shit.
DJ プレイをしている。
Hold on a second. Hold on, we're gearheads, right? Look at that fucking booth, yo.
What
The
fuck?
circle booth with the like those big ass headphones, the podium mic. That's just killing it right there. That's killing it, son. He's got. Does he have like a step stool behind him to try to get to the upper shelf?
Yeah, that looks like it.
I fucking love it. All right.
I do too.
では DJ がアナログターン
Look at that mixer, son. Oh, that is killing it.
It's so simple. It's like up, down. That's it.
I want that shit in my
Where's the
living room.
crossfader, dude?
Dude, I want that in the counter at the shop. All right.
Yeah, that's
使って、DJ プレイをしているという状況だったんですよね。で、それを、当時の、パイオニアの、私の前の担当の人が見て、だ
No
ったら
EQ.
パイ
Yeah,
オニ
no
アは
crossfader, no
CD プレ
EQ.
イ
You
が
just
得
turn
意
it
なの
up.
で、じゃあこれを、バイナルアナログターンテーブルじゃなくて CD で DJ やったら
CD changer. Who had a CD
いいんじ
changer
ゃ
in
な
their
いと
trunk?
いう、そうい
Oh
う
yeah.
流れで、流れとなってましたね。はい。
Okay. So the Pioneer team was working on like disc changer technology, and they were doing like professional disc changer machines. And that's the team that evolved into creating the first, using a CD to DJ with the control similar to a record. That's interesting.
I DJ'd on a dual CD changer at a goth party. It wasn't CDJs. It was like 2 CD players.
もうそれも30数年前になりますんで、ずいぶん前ですけれども、で、業務用のチェンジャー、CD のチェンジャーであるとか、まあそういった商品をですね、設計するチームに入ったんですけれども、DJ のチームの方がもう大変多忙になってきて、そっちを手伝ってくれというふうに言われて、まあその後、まあ今に至るというような感じで来ていますね。はい。で、DJ のチームっていうのは本当に小さなチームで
CD で DJ をできるんじゃないのかなという流れになった時に、じゃあ渥美君それをやってくれというミッションが下りました。
Oh, the mini disc was great.
I think the first people that I ever heard of having CDJs was some DJs that had a really popular radio show in LA called the
Big Up Shadow.
Boys.
When the CDJ 500 came out, I was just a little know-it-all working in a record shop.
I was 3 years old.
Wait, a know-it-all working in a record shop. I cannot relate to that at all.
Yeah, not at all.
Because I worked
right?
in the shop, people would come in and say, "Oh, have you heard? You can mix on CDs now." You know, get out of it.
There was always going to be a transition with how you're going to be able to take music, how much you could bring on the road now, how much people could play, the accessibility of it.
My first impression was kind of like, what? Oh, that doesn't sound too cool, whatever.
It was strange. It was different. I'd been really used to playing vinyl.
A friend of mine,
Mama Ross,
Tokyo,
right in?
named DJ
Mama Ross, what up?
Right as they started developing their first CDJ, he started working with Pioneer, and then they showed me the very first CDJ that they had, and I was like, whoa.
本当に当社最初のDJ 用の機材だったので、
まずは、CD でバイナルと同じことができるようにしたいと。で、続いてそれだけだと DJ は CD を使ってくれないんじゃないのかな、同じことができるんであればやっぱりバイナルを使うよというような流れになると思うんですけども、我々はですね、当社はその時はまず、バイナルでできないこと、CD ならではデジタルならではの機能を行うことによって、より DJ に使っていただきたいなというふうに考えました。
First thing I noticed was it was going to be a lot lighter to carry CD books than carrying my vinyl.
Straight up.
I had a guy that used to come into the record shop called Pompey Sai, and he came in one day with a CDJ 500, the big chunky one.
First machine that I used was like, it had a flip top.
It was a very square, boxy device that had a flip top CD load in, so it was more like a traditional CD players.
デジタルならでは CD ならではの機能としてはマスターテンポとループっていうのがあるんですけども、
It had looping function, which wasn't as precise as it is right now, but it would give me the ability to start looping sections of acapellas and so on and so forth.
You had a time code and stuff, so it was just like, oh right, okay.
It was very rudimentary compared to what's in play now.
一般的な CD プレイヤーにはリピート機能っていうのがありまして、ただ B 点から A 点に戻る間に音が切れてしまうんですよね。それを CDJ500 では切れないループができないかということでいろいろと検討しました。ダンスミュージックって、4の倍数で繰り返し行うというのがセオリーといいますか、で1小節が4拍、それが4小節だから8小節とか、そういう形で繰り返し音楽がこうなっているパターンっていうのが結構あるんですけども、ということでまず切れないループを作ろう。そうすると、今まで AB 間リピートで1小節のループを作ったとしても、切れない小節のループができない。だけど切れないループを作れば繰り返しの1小節のループを作ることができる。4小節のループが作ることができる。
It's pretty rudimentary at the time. It was like you couldn't scratch on it. The jog wheel was
just a nudge.
It was usable but unresponsive.
It was a bit plasticky, I have to admit.
And I don't know if it was the CDs that I was burning, but the one I had used to skip quite often.
我々の方としてもいろいろ調査をしたんですけれども、大きな音量下で再生すると、ディスク自体が振動して音飛びが発生してしまうんですね。何日もそういった研究するエリアにこもってですね、
They were definitely dancing to drum and bass.
生み出していかなきゃいけない状況だったんですけれども、最終的には音をいかに遮断するか、機器内に音をどうやって遮断していくかっていう部分と、ディスクを安定化するためにどうスタビライズするか、スタビライズするための抑えるような機能を入れるとか、そういったような対応をして、対策を講じていったというような記憶もあります。
Who had the Discman that they said was like skip proof, and you know damn well that shit was not skip proof.
Yeah, it was like 90 seconds of skip proof, but then like after you banged it, like 90 seconds from then, it'd be like fucked. Like,
yeah, the buffer would run out, right?
Yeah, exactly. The ESP, the extra shock protection.
Yeah, exactly.
Is it going to last, being set up and put back in a case every day and flown and
I remember thinking
going
that
on in an airplane?
I remember because I always thought of like CDJ or CD players as being sort of fragile items because of the laser needs to be really accurate. Yeah. And so I was nervous that they wouldn't be robust enough to be like road hardened like a 1200. You know what I mean?
Q ボタンとかプレイボタンっていうのはもう大変多くの回数強く叩いて使われますので、そういったところでもやっぱりすぐにやっぱり壊れてしまってお客様も困ってしまいますから、そういったところはやっぱり気を使って設計したり、試験したりというようなことをやっております。
And that's one thing I would say I've never had a problem with any Pioneer gear is its durability.
そう考えると、
Shout out to Pioneer. They're not paying me to say that, but they absolutely can.
ここはやっぱり外せないなというふうに思っています。
There was resistance from a lot of the vinyl community, but like anything, it's what you're familiar with. And I think when people get comfortable, change isn't always the easiest thing to come to them. I happen to be somebody that's comfortable being uncomfortable.
The more I started thinking about it, and once I finally saw them being used and got my hands on them, I kind of went, actually, this is kind of revolutionary.
I knew from the very beginning that was going to be a game changer in how music was going to be played at clubs.
You can literally play demos that you're working on. You don't have to go cut acetate.
DJs back then.
The play culture, where the jungle is at.
God knows what. I couldn't afford any of that, so it was.
Yo, when I played at Nocturnal, I cut fucking at least $450 in dub plates for that shit of like my tunes and Sacramento tunes.
Of exclusive tracks.
I quickly changed my opinion to thinking, oh, this is great. It's another new toy for DJs, another way we can express ourselves.
I would say my full transition from vinyl to CD probably happened within the space of 6 months to a year.
I think at the beginning of it, and definitely before the thousands came through, people were using both.
My love for my vinyl collection and my Technics, it was everything I knew and I didn't want it to change. And so I was very resistant at first. And it was when the CDJ 1000 came out and that you could scratch and stuff. Then I think that was the point where I thought, okay, this is the future.
The DVD ones, they were like early 2000s. 2001, the CDJ 1000.
When Pioneer introduced the CDJ 1000,
that's the game changer.
It was the beginning of creating an industry standard.
What up, Paul Nice? I remember that.
CDJ1000 ですね。こちらは、スクラッチができる CD プレイヤーとなったので、苦労はしましたが、
I remember we were talking about this on blacklocust.com. It was our message board back then. You know, every city has their scene, like the message board, the forum days, kind of like semi MySpace Friendster almost, but it was just before that we were all on message boards doing PHP.
I remember Hollerboard. I used to be on
Yep.
it for acapellas and shit.
Right. I remember we were talking about this then.
That's crazy.
First time I saw it was the prototype, and then several months after the prototype, they actually brought me the finished working model, and I was blown away by what it could do.
It was the thousands that changed everything.
One of my first ever big gigs was at Cream at Nation in Liverpool. In fact, it was my first big gig. I was warming up for Sasha, and during the sound check, Alan, the manager there, he was like, "Have you seen this? It's a CDJ 1000." And it was the first time I'd seen one.
My first setup was 1000. That was actually what we had in the clubs in Kiev.
First of all, it looked like the Batmobile.
Thing that really excited me was when they said, we are working at emulating the feel of vinyl.
Now this is the CDJ 1000, so keep in mind this is using only CDs. There's no vinyl involved, no camera tricks, no audio post-production.
Look at this guy.
This is truly the first digital scratching ever recorded. Don't try this at home. Check it out.
He's taking his wardrobe from the 90s, though. What the
Right.
fuck?
Quit talking and start mixing.
Yes.
Quit talking and start mixing.
我々もDJ の機材に参入するにあたって、やはりアナログターンテーブルに対しても大変深いリスペクトを持って接しておりましたので、どうすればアナログターンテーブルの操作感を超えてお客様に提供できるんだろうというのは常に考えてたことではありました。
Suddenly, I stopped using vinyl.
For me, it was all about the scratching and like the fact that you could change the break speed to emulate vinyl. It was mind-blowing at the time.
The hump that a lot of DJs had to get over that were transitioning from vinyl to CDs was it didn't feel the same. So there were certain things you really, previous to that, couldn't do on CDJs. You really couldn't scratch on CDJs. So the entire hip-hop community was kind of left out of that.
The first 1000 felt really true.
I remember doing that, and I liken it to the first time that I used an iPhone, the touchscreen on an iPhone, and the scratching of a CDJ was the two.
I remember not liking the weight
these things
of
are
it,
magical.
But I remember still being like, oh yeah, this will work.
You can do quite easily on a CDJ. Certain other types of scratch moves, I never felt like I could do that well on a CDJ. So I just quickly learned,
Yeah, what he's saying.
Okay, here's what I can do and sounds good and sounds pure. And here's the things I just shouldn't try.
Right.
I also knew they still had a way to go to really get the timings tight, to really get the scratch so that it actually was very quickly responsive. But at the same time, it was leaps and bounds from where they had been before.
I was just turning the subtitles off.
この商品が出た時のこの商品はマーク1、マーク2、マーク3と3世代あるんですが、マーク3あたりからもう、DJ はバイナルからCD を使う DJ の方が多くなってきた。
The clubs started taking their turntables out and putting the CDJs in. It started to be phased in as the standard.
逆転してきたということで、まあ
There's only a couple of places in town still that still have the turntables at the bar. Most of the smaller bars just have a blank counter now with a couple of XLRs, and you plug in what you bring.
Right.
And then the bigger flagship clubs. Sorry, I'm talking while I'm eating. The bigger flagship clubs, like you were saying, standard is CDJs and a mixer now.
Yeah.
And the only time I'm actually on turntables is either when I do it on purpose, like a 916 Junglist event, or Motown on Mondays. Like it's, if I'm DJing like most other gigs, I'm bringing a controller out these days, to tell you the truth.
Yeah, I mean, people care less and less what you're on.
Yeah, for real.
元々の目標を達成したモデルということで非常に印象はあります。
Bernie, you are the premier.
We could do that. Absolute value.
Turntablist in the world.
We can replace them, recalibrate them, all that good stuff at Sacramento Tech Exchange. Shameless plug.
That's got to feel pretty good.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. It's like a big honor because, you know, with the technology, everything changing, and you know, it's like this is being on the cutting edge, and you know, turntablism is like cutting edge anyways.
Yeah.
So it's cool.
So what do you think the CDJ 1000 is going to do for the industry?
Well, there's a lot of companies that try to emulate the turntable, making the
For
CD,
real.
you know, scratchable.
Has it worked? I mean, are the other companies?
Yeah, no. That's why, you know, things are still, they're still true vinylists and stuff because nothing can
Filipino!
really do, you know, like a
Filipino!
turntable until now with this piece, so
Yeah.
the CDJ 1000. So big ups to Pioneer for that, hooking it up.
All right. Right now, we're going to have world-renowned producer, DJ, artist Roger Sanchez.
What kind of moose do you
getting
think he
busy
uses?
on the CDJ 1000.
Yeah,
Check
they're
it out
all
right
using
now.
moose.
How you doing? My name is Roger Sanchez, and
Philippines!
I'm going to give you a quick demonstration of what the CDJ 1000 can do for all types of DJs. Hip-hop, house, dance music, whatever you want. This is the future.
DJ 2000 was it for me. I was like, I can use this all the time now.
Somewhere along the 8 years
Yeah,
between
big
the
up foreguard.
1000 and the 2000, I remember speaking to Pioneer as they were saying, what do you think about putting a USB drive on it? The
Yeah.
shift from CDs is going to happen very, very quickly to USBs. And I think it's absolutely necessary to put it on the CDJ. And when they introduced the 2000, I'm like, oh, I like that.
CDJ500 から CDJ1000 までは、まあ CD
Beginning a record
プレイヤ
box too.
ーという形
As
な
a
んです
user
が、
interface, like a graphic user
当
interface.
時2000年に入ってから PC で DJ をするという流れが出てきてました。そうすると、もうそういうスタイルがある中、もうずっと CD プレイヤーを作り続けるというよりも、もうここでファイルミュージック、MP3 などのファイルミュージックを使うプレイヤーも出すべきだという論議があって、その形で CDJ2000 を企画いたしました。
まあ、アナログから CD に変わるときも大きな変革期でいろんなチャレンジが当然あったんですけど、いろんな困難やいろんなご指摘もあったんですけれども、やっぱり次の大きな変化点は、やっぱり CD からファイルミュージックに移るとき、これもやっぱり大きな変化点で、計画していたやっぱり日程よりも随分伸びてしまって、なかなか導入にこぎつけることはできなかったというのは
They
今で
needed a
も
whole operating system.
I did not make
And then,
the full
they need a record box.
transition over to USB properly until 2012, 2013. I
Yeah.
fought it.
People hung on to
like
CDs for a
mad.
long ass time, like well after the USB was brought in. Like I remember people hanging on to CDs still for a long time. They would still be bringing a book of CDs instead of going to the way of record box and USBs.
Absolutely.
And then when I did it was like, oh my God, why haven't I done this? Like, why did it take me so long?
First of all, my life became more easier because now you have USB.
Love the fact that I can carry so much in just like a little stick.
当時はやはりCD に入る曲数というのは限られていましたけれども、まあ、ファイルミュージックになってシリコンストレージになると今度はもう容量がもう格段に数倍数十倍数百倍と多くなってきますので
A lot of people were kind of over burning CDs.
Hours to put the music on the CD and then to make some notes like
I think what really pushed it over the top too was when computers stopped having optical drives standard. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, totally.
When's the
'Cause
last time you
couldn't
bought a
burn
computer with a
CDs as
CD
much.
drive in it? Yeah.
every track.
I was so over writing the little CD inlay sleeves that I could get into a dark club and then I wouldn't. What does this
Yeah, you
mean?
can't
Whose
read it,
handwriting
yeah.
is this?
It took so much time, honestly.
The CDJ 2000 sort of solved all of that.
I could see properly what I was doing in the dark. I didn't have to be shuffling about with CDs.
So you could just rock up, put the USB key in, and it was stress-free.
Yeah,
This
capacity
is
was
like
a thing back then
the
too.
best
You're
way
right.
to DJ. Like, I don't want a laptop, I don't want anything else. I just want to plug my USB in and use this. It's got everything I need.
To this day, it still requires fat
プレイヤー
formatting on the drives too, which is
必ず
hilarious.
コンピューターとつなぐということが必要になってきます。そうすると、DJ のアプリケーションは、同時に必要になってくる。なので CDJ2000 の開発と同時に DJ アプリケーション、レコードボックスの開発も同時にスタート
Shout out to Paul Nice's little stick.
しました。
The biggest strides were made, I think, funny enough, in the back end with Rekordbox, and how Rekordbox really became more than just a playlisting interface.
All of a sudden it became organized. So how you would have organized your record box, the real record box, suddenly became the record box.
Record box, this is like one of the coolest things which I have, you know.
So you could have comments on your tracks that scrolled along the screen.
Well,
There's a lot of
interface.
similarities at that point from how I used to play with records.
You know, categorize everything. There's tags. There's like easy ways to search.
You can organize alphabetically, you can organize by artist, and giving you that metadata.
You had your waveforms, the ability to kind of start to mark different sections to drop to. It became far more detailed and far more agile to be able to move around and do different things with the 2000.
CD の場合は、まあ1曲、まあ何曲か入ってて、その曲から選ぶというだけなんですが、ファイルミュージックの場合は何百曲何千曲を入れることができる。一つの USB の中に。そうするとそこの中から1曲をどうやって選び出すのかという。そのプロセス。
What's up, Vader? How you doing, bro?
Hi.
Let me give you credentials. You see what we're doing?
You don't have to do that. You're watching a subtitled movie about pioneer DJing with Roger Sanchez and other people.
Yep. Nailed it. This is a video by DJ Mag that posted today, and it's celebrating 30 years of the
30
CDJ.
minutes long. Okay.
What's that?
It says 30 minutes long.
Yeah, we're already halfway
Yes.
done.
I know. I
Cool.
got back to it. I was watching earlier, and then I came back, and you're still watching.
It hasn't needed the skims. because
No, it's been good. It's been really good.
Yeah?
Yeah. Yeah.
Wagwan.
Everything diary.
どうやって簡単に早くするというところが重要なのですが、そこのプロセスを作るのが苦労しました。
We wouldn't be
It
this
was
show if we
pretty
didn't
much
have
a
the
very
fucking nerdy
far
shit, right?
forward
I'm into it.
In how
I'm here for
to
it.
create something that's going to be able to really help me do performances at another level.
I remember I got an email from Pioneer in May 2009, and they said we have some
Mama Ross
CDJs to
gifting a
send
sub
you
out
the CDJ.
to feed me Seymour.
Seymour.
Amazing.
Nice.
That is the beginning of our adventure in decorating the shop as a
Yeah,
little
I'm
shop
so
of horrors.
excited. I'm so excited. It's such a good theme.
We I think that it's something that I kind of want to expand on annually and just have it get better and better every year.
Yeah.
We've been finding some shit that would be fucking comedy. Like I'm talking about a giant Audrey 2 that can come out of the roof and giant like arms that come out of the windows.
Yeah. Like the
could-
inflatable stuff.
Yeah,
too.
it could get that crazy. I'm not kidding. Anyways, all right.
Hey, can I ask Man Like Deep if he's seen that movie? Deep, have you seen Little Shop of Horrors before?
Yeah, I want to know too. Nikki's like, I won't even wait. Leave him alone. He hasn't seen it.
Well, we need to watch it on this channel then.
I've never.
seriously.
Little Shop of Horrors
Here's
watch
something
party.
fun.
That'd be fun.
I've
Yeah,
never
fuck
seen it.
yeah.
I've never seen it either.
Wait, what?
What?
Wait, what?
I've never watched it from start to finish.
No.
Yeah, 100%.
Have you
Oh,
have you seen
absolutely.
the Steve Martin scene? The
The
dentist scene.
fucking dentist.
I
Yeah.
think so.
Oh my god, I grew up watching that movie. It's crazy.
We might have
me
to
you
watch
haven't
the
seen
dentist scene. Okay,
It's incredible.
let's try to bust through this.
it. Okay. go ahead.
J2000 arrived, and at that
God
point,
damn it,
a lot
Fear.
of the features weren't actually
Love
working.
you.
But all the screen printing and everything on the unit was done, so I could see what was coming.
The very first thing I noticed was there was more precision on the looping. Now they finally got the quantizing and the gridding right.
You can actually get the loop dead on without stressing too much.
Quantization was a major one because up until that point, looping could be very haphazard in a live situation, you know, keeping the stuff in time.
It allowed me to really start
high as
expanding my sets to like 4 decks now.
If you can loop a great part, mix it over, you kind of make a mashup.
The unique things that can be done with the CDJ, the unique tricks and little moments that you can sprinkle into your set.
Wait till it gets
Got to
stems.
the
That's
2000.
coming.
Then I was able to really expand it and say, okay, I'm going to now have a loop here, an acapella here, maybe a piano line here, and a groove over here, and really just kind of remix everything on the spot. The precision really was what made it that much different than the previous iterations.
Comes the Nexus. Oh, and there's all those things, right? They're like, let's make it affordable. And then the Nexus 2.
My heart is still with the 2000 Nexus.
Once we got
I was
to
gonna
the
say
Nexus
that
2s,
I
that's
still
all
there's things about the
needed.
Nexus 2 that I still
Nexus
like.
and the Nexus 2s.
They're like
They
snappier in a different kind of way.
refined the tech, and they also made the system even more stable.
Really having the Nexus as opposed to just the 2000s because there's so much more that you can do with the cue points.
Hot cue auto load is obviously a great thing. You can load a track and within seconds.
HID
jump
mode.
to the point
Yep.
that you need
Serato.
to.
I like that the jog wheel's a bit
Banger.
heavier. You've got a bit more balance with that.
想定していたような使い方じゃない使い方でいろんな演奏のパターンを生み出してきてるっていうのはやはり印象に残っていますね。
You know, some people's approach with
It's hard to disagree
cue
with that
points and
positivity. I think you're
these
right, man.
Of course they
ones
show
CDJs
James
is
hype.
It almost becomes an NPC.
If you wanted to, you could finger drum on the CDJ in the right moment. It's a great performance piece and looks and can sound cool.
もともとね、Q ボタンっていうのは楽曲のですね、
James Hyde
頭出しの部分を
put those
キューするポイントを記録するために作られたんですけども、これがやっぱりサンプラーとしてやっぱり使ってるっていうのも、これも一つの大きな例だと思いますけれど、あ、そういう使い方するんだっていうのは。
Look at someone like
You love how
Yusef, you
it
know,
uses
the
a
way that
sampler now? That's
he
great.
mixes is like completely unique to him. He's really made this like his own machine and his sound.
I would
and
say
I think
Zeki. It's not. Hopefully, I'm not butchering that name. Whatever. I wouldn't say it's easy to navigate. I said I didn't say. What I'm saying is if you get comfortable with a Pioneer controller like that one, it becomes there is some muscle memory, but the straight up CDJ DJing on CDJs is different from everything else.
Yeah, definitely. I prefer
It's
it.
close. Like I like it, there are pieces that are the same or similar with different things, but DJing on just CDJs alone is like its own thing.
I think one of the biggest drawbacks for me when it comes to it is library management for a vast library of music that consists of several tempos and several vibes over a long period of time.
Yes.
Yep.
If I'm playing music that's plus or minus 10 BPMs for less than 2 hours, I'm not uncomfortable on CDJs whatsoever. But if I'm open format, any song under the sun, who walks through the door, I'm changing it up based on what's happening. It's a lot harder for me to not have the user interface of a laptop to be able to control something like that.
Absolutely. I agree 100%.
What do you think, Fader?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yas.
That's
All right.
It's always been my like apprehension with doing that.
Right.
Like trying like 'cause some, there's been a big kind of cut out the laptop kind of movement
Yeah,
with
totally.
shit like that.
Stems sort of nipped that in the bud though. Stems sort of put that on the halt, but there is a sticks movement. Yeah.
There's still
that or like
there's
the
sticks
all-in-one kind of Denon Prime, like that
Right.
kind of movement.
Right.
And like that for me would be the only way that I would entertain not having a laptop, is having a really fucking gigantic SSD inside one of those things.
Right.
That can hold all my music anyway.
Right.
So then it's just like a laptop basically anyway.
Right.
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 And the screen, just being able to see as many songs on a screen, that's like a big thing for me.
Yeah.
You know what'd be dope is if you could pair, like, I wonder if you can. I don't know. But like if you could pair, you know, like the like a fucking magic keyboard, like the Apple like keyboard to like that would be tight. Like if you could hit like the
CDJ 3000s you can.
and then just go
CDJ 3000s you can, not with the 2000s.
yeah. And you could do it on the like, but you can also type on the screen, and it's
Yep.
pretty good. Like the CDJ 3000 would still get to, I'm sure.
Not too bad. It's a little bit tough for me when I'm when the palms are sweaty.
Yeah,
When it's a hot room.
I don't like it,
Right.
because I feel like I need the tactile thing, and like viewing library management on a CDJ screen alone to me is I'm not used to it very much. You know, I don't do it all that often.
Yep.
So for me, it's just like it's just like a little added pressure, added stress.
A little more
that, like,
stress, a little something else in your mind. Yeah.
I don't like, and
That's the
it
number one
prevents
reason for me.
it prevents me from being as creative as I want to be.
Correct.
Oh, for sure.
The same thing with turntables for me.
Because it's something for you to think about.
Right, because it's something I gotta like make sure that like it's another thing I'm doing.
It's like a handicap.
Yeah,
Almost.
it's definitely kind of like, for at least for my performance style and like how I DJ and stuff, like it's platter based. It's very like, you know, CDJ oriented or whatever with my controllers and stuff. But you know how that shit gets around, the workarounds for that stuff. I feel like I'm slower.
I'm such a
on those
boomer.
other things.
2 turntables
Yeah.
and an 11-inch battle mixer. I'm ready to go.
Yeah.
That's
Well,
still the
I
most
can
comfortable.
do it, but I'm not comfortable with it anymore.
Right.
I've been gone too much from it, you know.
I'm less comfortable with the CDJs, although it's not super awkward because I'm a pitch rider anyway, so I'm not doing a whole lot of platter play. But the
Giggity.
yeah. But for me,
play with my
the
platter.
hands-on control of 2 turntables on DVS, even for digital, and an 11-inch battle mixer like the S11, is where I'm like the most comfortable still. But I like rocking on CDJs, like you know, walking up to like a 900 or an A9 and a couple of 3000s, like all day. I'll fuck with that. Yeah, it sounds great. All right, let's wrap. We got to wrap through this video. It's
Love
take too
the
long.
sync button. It was like great, and then other people just.
I didn't want to be on the video for this
I
long.
mean, it's a thing that I really detest.
It says beat sync here, but I don't even really pay attention to it because I've never used it.
You could start to use the sync feature, which was prevalent in DJ software.
Big up the sync button
it
crew.
had
I
to
ain't
be
mad at you.
added to be competitive.
Especially if you're terrible at mixing the other way, please use the sync button. For all
Yeah,
of us.
always.
But
please.
that's not what I consider necessarily.
Grimes.
Whatever
All
you
of a
gotta
sudden,
do.
it
Whatever you
did
gotta do.
start
And
to
know
do
how to
the
use
work
it.
for
Yeah.
you.
The introduction of the sync button, quantizing, and all those features, you know, has made the entry level easier.
I've nothing against it, and I think it's opened the gate for a lot of people that perhaps otherwise wouldn't be able to play sets, especially producers that aren't DJs.
They
There you go.
introduced the sync button, as far as I understood it from them, for people that weren't necessarily going to be DJing professionally, but wants to try it out, and it could be a good introduction to then move them further into.
I hell use the sync button. I think it's great for BPM transitions.
of
That's
DJing.
that's what.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
the
I
only
never
time.
looked at it as a problem. I just looked at it as, well, there's another feature. I don't necessarily want to use it, but
Jan
somebody
Symmetry,
else
good to see
might.
you.
It never bothered
so
me.
pissed
It
that I
used
missed
to
you while you're on the
bother
West
a lot of
Coast.
People,
Yeah,
which
for
kind
real.
of made me wonder was what it was exposing.
But, you know, it's called the future. You know, you can't live in the past all your life.
It's a tool.
I see your
Those
relay.
people that are triple dropping shit on 6 CDJs, you better believe they're using sync in some way.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Is Macho Man gonna come out?
Right. Oh yeah. Snap into a Slim Jim.
3000.
Not an ad for the 3000 at all.
Oh,
Huge
no.
difference for me was 3000. The whole model, you know, it felt like such a big jump.
It was just next level.
Hey Jen, do
The
you
look of
remember
it.
I think both of our first experience with the A9 and the 3000 was that club in Chicago. And
Oh, really?
I was like, what is this stuff? Like
What is this spaceship?
how do I like it's like the same question, how do I cue songs? Or like how do I go to my my link menu or my USB menu. You know what I mean? I'm like, where's all this at? You know, like it was
You
like,
mean you have to use your hands? It's
Yeah.
like a baby's toy.
The functionality of it, the fact that it was then a touch screen.
What stands out about the 3000s to me is that they are huge. The huge screen with all these hot cues on the screen.
A nice, bright, huge screen. It's
You were
weird,
too high
actually,
and too
when you use one of
terrified, right?
those and then you don't realize it. When you go back to using the previous model, the screen feels tiny.
And then now that I've gotten used to the screen, sometimes when I come back to the 2000 Nexus, I'm like, whoa, this feels so small.
Well, one of the things I really like is the ability to jump around within your playlist using the touch screen. Now
Small
I
but
can
functional,
access
come on.
things not just
I like it.
quicker, but I can see them in a very different array.
First thing I noticed, it was like a lot more responsive. It was bigger. It was like the waveforms were clearer.
The bit processing just sounds way better on the 3000s. It really does.
Wait. Wait. Wait.
You need a hat. You need to put a hat
Yeah.
on.
I can put a
Find
hat
a
on.
hat. Yeah, you
You
gotta
know,
find a hat.
I have been mistaken for a New York house DJ that looks kind of like him before.
That's amazing.
His name's Oscar G.
Okay.
If you Google Oscar G, you'll see you may see my face.
The resemblance.
Depending upon what's there. Yeah.
Where's it at? Here we go.
It's just a beard. We don't all fucking look the same, okay?
I don't know. It's pretty freaking close. I don't know. Oh, I love it. I love it. All right, let's go back to
Deep, you didn't. I think you were AFK when I asked my question. I asked you if you'd seen Little Shop of Horrors, the movie. Have you seen it?
Just sounds way
Yeah,
better.
I didn't think so.
No, it really does.
He ain't seen that shit.
Looping is quite a lot of fun. It's a cool way to go from sort of a house record to a drum and bass track.
The actual quantizing and lock is so much better, and the fact that on the back end, Rekordbox analyzes all the tracks that you import.
All right, I don't want to watch
Then
this part.
if
Let's
you
go.
need
Let's go to the future. Speculation. What do we got from the people that made it?
まああまりですね、これといった大きな秘密は実はなくてですね、
That means there's a
愚
big
直にお
secret.
客様の声を聞いて、お客様が何を求めてるんだっていうことを真剣に考えて、それをやってきたというのがまず一つ大きなところとしてはあると思います。
They have been pivotal in DJing and moving things forward, but in a way that's logical and in a way that consumers want.
Oh, Pioneer has been instrumental in the evolution of DJing. Every single club you go to, there's going to be Pioneer CDJs.
The CDJ has never left my rig.
That beautiful black box has evolved into something quite special.
As
If they say AI, we gotta drink.
constantly evolve, technology
Right.
and completely advances at an exponential rate.
Like with anything, you know, you can't stay still. You have to evolve with the technology,
Give
with
me
the
stems.
industry.
Really, it's that sort of excitement of getting a new toy.
It's found its place, obviously, not only with me and my entire
Beat
career,
Source,
but
right from
with
Native.
so many others. And
Pioneer is
That
the
already
industry
exists.
standard.
Oh no,
Where
beat
can you go?
port, but not beat
where,
source.
what
Huh?
else do we need?
Yeah.
As technology keeps moving forward and as different mediums are being introduced, it's important for technology to keep pace and
me
try to
Beat Source so I
anticipate
get
what's
all of
coming.
Like,
next.
what else could be done? I mean,
今
just,
スタンダー
you're
ド
kind
な
of hitting the wall
CDJ
here.
を当社がどうやってそれを超えた商品を出していくかっていうのは一つの目標にしたいなというふうに思ってます。
That's another thing too. You can't change it too much because you've created an industry standard. And so one thing about, standardization is that change is not welcome a lot of times.
People rely on these features now.
Yeah,
so.
exactly. Dolby Atmos is coming. Yeah, right. That'd be hilarious and unnecessary, which is perfect.
That would be more in the mixer side of things than really the player itself, though. Positivity.
Right. Oh, it would have the ability to read Dolby Atmos files, I guess would be the media player side of it, right? Let's see.
Make them waterproof. Nice. That ain't happening because there's got to be some form of obsolescence, controlled obsolescence on their part.
Yes, 100%. Let's see. Oh, here we go. Okay, so this is for Fader and Deep, who have never seen Little Shop of Horrors. I wanted to share this amazing clip. Is one of my favorite scenes from the movie. Steve Martin is just freaking brilliant in this scene, and so
Rick Moranis is in this, right?
Yes.
yes,
he's
he
the lead
absolutely
in it.
is. Yep.
You watching X movies?
When I was younger, just a bad little kid, my mama noticed funny things I did, like shooting puppies with a BB gun. I'd poison guppies, and when I was done, I'd find a pussycat and bash its head. That's when my mama said,
What did she say?
"What did she say?"
Can we point out that that's from Martin? That's
Yes.
Pam and what's the other lady's name in Martin?
Gina.
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 Yes.
Pam and Gina.
She said, "My boy, I think someday you'll find a way to make your natural tendencies."
Gina could get it in the 90s,
You'll
bro.
be a dentist. You have a talent for causing things. Son, be a dentist. People will pay you to be inhumane. Your temperament's wrong for the priesthood, and teaching would suit you still less. Son, be a dentist. You'll be a success.
The leader of the plaque.
Yeah.
I fucking hate dentists.
Oh, that hurts! Wait, I'm not numb! Shut up. Open wide. Here I come!
The scene!
And I enjoy the career that I picked. I'm your dentist. And I get off on the pain I inflict. I thrill when I drill a bicuspid. It's swell, though they tell me I'm maladjusted. And though it may cause my patients distress, somewhere in heaven above me, I know that my mama's proud of me. Oh, mama? 'Cause I'm a dentist.
Fair positivity.
And
It's so good. This part.
Say ah. Say ah. Say ah. Now spit.
Did they show the Bill Murray scene too? No. Okay, then I gotta show the Bill Murray scene too.
Oh
then.
yeah.
Because now that we have an introduction to the dentist, we got to do the
He
hold on.
beats his match.
Yeah.
Paul, My Blue Heaven is such a good movie.
I love that movie too.
Such a good movie.
Oh yes, here it
What's
is.
that movie where he has like a giant fucking nose?
It's called Roxanne.
Roxanne, yeah.
Roxanne,
yes.
It's Cyrano de Bergerac. But
Must
like,
be nice to
modernized.
wake up and smell the coffee in Brazil.
Roxanne.
Keep that guy away from my cocaine. Okay.
Roxanne. The Jerk too. Yep, The Jerk was tight.
Bill Murray's so good in this. All right.
The Jerk is fucking amazing.
Hey, does that mean they're finished? My turn?
Sit.
What happened? What did you tell me everything? Well, they have to do that to remove the jaw. Ah, consider yourself very, very lucky. Next. It's me, Arthur Denton. I'm next. Nurse.
Does that have an appointment?
Ask it. I'm off duty.
Yeah, Paul Nye, Bill Murray's so good in
All
this.
month for this. I think I need a root canal. I'm sure I need a long, slow root canal. Let's go. Higher history of dental problems.
Shut up!
Yes, doctor.
Motherfucker skips into the
I went to
room.
a terrible dentist on Wednesday who was recommended me by somebody that I saw on Monday, who's the brother of a man that I usually see on Sundays. And their mother actually taught them everything that they know. She's incredibly gifted and quite elderly, and a lot of people think she shouldn't be working, but I go to her because I'm just incredibly devoted to her strength.
He brings his own.
She can't really see who you are, but she knows the sound of your voice, and if you tell her where it is, the problem, she eventually works her way back and she finds the trouble and she does it. I wish I had that family.
He's amazing.
Because I can only go so long. That's how I want to be. I don't ever want to have to be just comfy. Yes, doctor.
Yes, Little Shop
I
of
remember
Horrors.
the first time I went to the dentist, I thought, gosh, what a neat
That's gonna be the
job.
theme
If
for the
only I
shop
were a
this year.
dentist. The dentist I went to had the greatest car. He had a Corvette, and I thought, my gosh, everybody calls him doctor, and he's not really a doctor. Oh my God.
Morales, what
I
up,
got
homie?
out of here okay, but then, after it was all finished, they gave me a candy bar, and I thought to myself, this is what I get, a candy bar? This is what you do. You go through a little thing, and you get chocolate out of it. We're getting to work with incredible professionals who use incredibly, incredibly wonderful equipment. Well,
Let's take a look at that mouth.
Say,
Candy bar! Oh, candy bar, candy bar! Oh, that's great! Come on!
Candy bar, candy bar.
Guys! Oh, God! Give me a kid! Go! Come on, doctor! Woo! Yeah! Oh, great! Oh, you are something special! You are something special! Come on, come on, come on! Oh. Thank you! Oh, yeah! Thank you! Oh, no. It's your professionalism that I respect. Oh, no! Don't stop! Don't stop! Come on! More! Yeah! Yeah! Come on! Yeah! What do you want? Say please. Great! Oh,
Thank you.
I got a candy bar! I got a candy bar! Come on! Yeah, yeah! Oh! Whoa! Oh, yeah! Oh, yes! Yes! Yeah. Get out there. What's wrong? Get out of here. What's the matter?
Go on, get out of here.
Right this way. I'm going to tell each and every one of my friends about you, and they're going to hear about
Just get it.
What's this? Oops. Sorry.
So yeah, you should definitely watch that movie. It's fucking amazing. The Little Shop of Horrors is going to be the theme for the shop this year.
I've
for sure.
seen that part. I've seen that part.
You've seen it?
Part. Yeah.
Yeah, Rick Moranis is the fucking man. I heard about him getting attacked on the streets last year. Was it last year or earlier this year?
Yeah.
Fuck that. Fuck violence.
How dare they?
All
How
right.
dare they?
Um,
He's a national treasure. How dare they?
right?
Yeah, for sure.
Let's see. Gouda.
Yeah, big up to him for like
Go ahead.
stepping away from like a fucking legendary movie career just to be with his family.
Yep. Yeah, he's got priorities straight, if you ask me.
Right? That's wild.
Yep.
That is that is top shelf shit.
Yep. 100%. Dude, yeah, both Ghostbusters, but Ghostbusters 2, he was amazing, for sure. Yeah.
The key maker.
The key master.
The gatekeeper.
The gatekeeper. Yeah. Ghostbusters 2, he had to strap on the proton pack. He fires it into the building that's covered in slime. It was so good. He's Canadian. I didn't know that. I remember him from the Canadian skits that he did on, was it SCTV or whatever it was, the old school days.
Yeah.
The courtroom scene, yeah, the courtroom scene is great too. One time I turned into a dog and they helped me out. Okay, that's all I gotta say.
Yeah. You haven't seen Ghostbusters 2? Are
my
you
God.
just giving us? Are you?
With Vigo
Yeah.
and Bobby Brown?
Yeah, man.
Call the Ghostbusters
Oh
in the
yeah,
can control.
the relay's right. He did the Michael McDonald skit on SCTV. That shit is hilarious.
Oh yeah,
It's amazing.
That's one of my
Where
favorites.
he's doing background vocals for Christopher Cross.
Yes, and he keeps trying to leave the studio.
And then, like that's it.
He leaves the studio. Keeps trying to leave the studio and keeps having to come back. It's great.
Like Ride Like the Wind, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Fucking love that. I fucking love that song.
Yep. Me too.
I can't find it.
Oh, you know what movie I was thinking about
Here it is.
earlier is my kid and I started watching Honey, I Shrunk the Kids.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That movie's actually good. Like if you rewatch it, it's not bad.
And then I want to watch Little Giants.
Oh my gosh, I haven't thought about that movie in a very long
Yeah,
time.
I want to watch Little Giants with her because she's like my little athlete, you know.
Yeah. It's a good one.
Yeah. And because like I've quoted that movie, right? Like the little scrawny little nerdy kid that's like allergic to everything and he comes out in like bubble wrap and shit.
Mm-hmm.
Like at one point in the thing. Oh god, I love that. I can't see with this thing on. It's fucking hilarious.
You just watched it with Hudson. That's perfect. I love that. Honey, I Shrunk the Kids is amazing.
Yeah.
That's iconic. Have you played the game Grounded?
Oh, can we not talk about that game? That game sucks.
You weren't feeling that game?
No. Because you're like a shrunken fucking person, and there's like big ass spiders around.
Oh, we don't like the Spideys. Yeah, the Spideys
Yeah,
are.
spiders are not cool.
I got as far as the laboratory, and I was in the lab, and then there was the spider nests around there and everything.
Yep.
Yeah.
Nope. Big nope. That I was that we played. I played that game with Mama Ross for a little while. That shit fucks me up.
You give you
No
nightmares?
spiders. Yeah. No.
Oh, that's okay.
Yeah. That game haunted my dreams for a little while.
Let's see here.
Yeah. You don't like spiders.
Okay. Perfect.
Daddy no likey spiders.
Looks like we got a clip here.
Ooh, John Candy. Yeah, hell yeah. Rip.
Let's do one nerdy thing. We've been lighthearted for the most
Talking
part.
about Rick Moranis isn't a nerdy thing.
Like, by definition.
What are we doing here?
You're
By
right.
definition.
You're right. No argument from you there. I want to see what this is about. This is supposed
We're
to
all
play
giving
entity.
Rick Moranis his fucking flowers, bro. That's kind of nerdy.
That's kind of nerdy. You're right. This is from the panel at TwitchCon talking about plans for the Twitch DJ program. I just kind of I haven't watched this yet. I've been waiting to watch this until the show. Entity posted this in the Discord.
Is that week music tips up there?
I see Kova up there. Yep. Let's see what this is about.
What we're thinking about now is kind of a number of things. We are absolutely going to launch sort of like some sort of like
Best audio I got, guys. Sorry.
showcase where we are promoting DJs to the whole Twitch community. We
Is
have
that
all sorts of
fucking
shelves
Spire up
set
there?
He's spiring for sure.
On the right?
Let me. I got it. I'm trying to hear. Let's see what we got. It's really hard to hear because it's the mic audio from the camera or from the phone. But let me try to listen to this again.
But we got to stick with it, right? So what we're thinking about now is kind of a number of things. We are absolutely going to launch sort of like some sort of like monthly or weekly showcase where we are promoting DJs to the whole Twitch community. We have all sorts of shelves already set up, so we're promoting DJs who are in the program sort of consistently. You might see like Saturday Night DJs is one of them that pops up. And we're working with brands and partners to kind of build awareness, and we have DJs who work with Pioneer, who work with Roland, and so we're putting stuff like that together with them. And we'll be out in the world. We'll be putting our Twitch DJs into as many opportunities as we can create. And we've got a lot of ambition over the next
Become a booking
year,
agent?
it's gonna be
Let's
kind of
go.
one month at a time. 100%.
It's actually interesting. Like anytime I tune into Twitch, obviously there's the primetime hours that many of us are watching. You know, many people watch from their office, don't tell their bosses.
Fuck is that guy?
But so it's like, oh, we got.
I didn't really hear anything exclusive that I haven't already heard. The only thing that really caught my eye was those baller ass sponsors that they got on that sponsor wall. Chevron, Samsung, AT&T, Capcom. Like, I mean, come on, dude. Capcom and AT&T and Samsung, Chevron. That's big money, dude. Like, so TwitchCon got some sponsees on this one. Some like real ones. So big up on that. But I didn't see anything exclusive. It's basically talking about more of the same, about pushing DJs up on the front page, creating. Looks like they're trying to some sort of a Saturday night DJs promotion. That sounds kind of fun. I wonder if it'll include, you know, like a comprehensive Zoom room and interactivity and, you know, cross promotion between channels. If only there was a show that did that every week for the last 4 years.
On Saturday nights.
Yeah.
Wow.
That'd be really convenient on Saturday night.
The front page love is kind of cool, but like the truth is that like I think that even though the exposure to the rest of the regular Twitch is great, I feel like at this point anybody who is on Twitch regularly has already made up their mind whether or not they want to watch a DJ on Twitch. The boom happened, and they would be completely blind to have it not have crossed their path one way or another. And if they were musically, you know, into it, then that would be the only reason that they would stick around. Otherwise, I don't think, you know, these main page exposures and like these kind of legal view botting that happens where there's like 6,000 people watching your stream, and you know I don't know how much of a benefit it is besides a large like following bump that slowly declines. But any exposures is good exposure, so I'm not trying to sound ungrateful. I just don't think that that's like you're not doing us a huge service, because we already are here in the trenches doing our thing for ourselves for the last 4 years. And so I mean, exposing us to the rest of Twitch isn't going to be anything that creates as valuable of a person watching the channel than someone who's already been there, in my opinion. So I don't know.
I think if they change here's I agree. I'll just say that. But here's where I think it could be that there is a large number of people on Twitch that do not know that watching DJs on Twitch is a thing. So what they could be doing is during these like large streamers like Ninja or Dr. Lupo or whoever, whatever, they go in and, you know, if they're running an ad break, then maybe that ad break is a live look at, you know, 4 DJ streams in the windows, or like, did you know that Twitch has got DJs? Blah blah blah. These guys are live right now, or whatever. You know what I mean? Like,
yep.
But I think they would have that kind of like rig somehow, or is to like maybe not to open directly to your page, but like a new tab. That way they weren't leaving like, you know, the big time streamer view to come to like, you know, a smaller, you know, in scale kind of DJ thing. But that's like the only way I see any kind of big uptick in like eyes.
And it seems like Twitch, I mean, according to what I've been seeing, Twitch is really focusing on their mobile audience quite a bit, and they're trying to push short form content finally, maybe a little bit too late, with things like clips and stuff being pushed more forward, especially in the mobile app, which I think is trash.
App is dog shit.
Dog shit. But that whole side of things, we're completely opted out of any of that because we don't have the ability to have clips or VODs or anything. So any money or marketing that they're pushing towards discoverability involving short form content, including being able to clip things and share them to external sites, has nothing to do with us. We don't have the ability to do any of that because we don't have VODs and clips turned on. And I understand why, but if that is the case, then yeah, there needs to be some sort of like an exclusive push for DJs beyond like, you know, the, oh, you're a partner DJ, here's front page for a while, right? I don't think that that's going to be a huge incentive for the majority of the DJ community on Twitch. And so I would like to see something a little bit more exclusive personally. I was hoping to see something a little more exclusive. I guess I got clickbaited into that. Here's another thing here too. Okay, everything we announced at TwitchCon San Diego. Since we're talking about TwitchCon, let's just give this a quick skims, if you guys don't mind. I just want to see what's coming down the line real quick on Twitch. Let's see what they're talking about here. So let's see. Continued evolution of the mobile app with over 70% of our new viewers coming to Twitch first via the mobile app. It's critical that we continue to evolve the app to meet the needs of today's viewers. Here's an idea. How about not showing 2 minutes of ads when you're trying to go into somebody's stream if they're not a Twitch Turbo or a subscriber? Just kill the fucking pre-roll. Like, the drop rate on that is so high. One of the most important ways we can help streamers grow is by helping new viewers find content quickly. Since launching the new app, we've seen a number of video plays increase over 60% on iOS and over double on Android. The number of follows increased 8% and 38 million new follows created on the feed. So they're saying the Twitch mobile app has turned over some positive numbers. I think the user experience has been overall trash, though. I haven't heard
trash,
anybody
like-
say anything good about the mobile app.
Yeah, they're like, oh, the number of views is up. Yeah, because like right when you open the fucking thing, it just starts playing something.
Yeah, exactly. It shoves a fucking stream.
Yeah,
like without,
shoves a
yeah.
video. Yeah, shoves a fucking clip in your face.
Yeah,
and I'm just
exactly.
like, holy Jesus Christ.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a bummer we can't use clips. I mean, I'm recording this show and I've been using a lot of AI tools to help push short form content out to other platforms. Without that, there would be nothing, right? And so it's been helpful too.
People, if you're streaming on Twitch now and you want video footage, don't rely on Twitch for it. It's not going to happen. Make sure you're externally recording in your broadcasting software.
And a common misconception is that recording your stream takes a lot of resources from your computer, and that's absolutely wrong. If you're using the same encoder that you're using to stream, it actually takes very little process on your computer to record. You just need the disk space on your hard drive.
Yep.
And so if you're concerned that your computer is already being pushed to the max for streaming, and you're thinking that if you were to press record that it would tip it over the edge, it's not going to. That
Nope.
process is very minuscule for today's computers. All right. Yeah, I've been on Turbo for a minute because of Inside the Ride. It's necessary, or else you guys be getting ad breaks in the middle of their set.
Need an ad. Boom, boom, boom.
Making it easier to find and share clips that has nothing to do with us. Shared chat joins the stream together toolkit. So this whole like built-in communication thing, I can see how it can be positive. I think that the knock feature is mad intrusive, and I think it's executed really poorly. Like having people knock and like having it show up on my fucking notifications. Like, I don't want to talk to you. Don't fucking do that to me. I think that's pretty intrusive. But and the stream together and everything, I feel like it's cool. But if it was around sooner, then it would be a little bit more useful to me. I feel like we've already had workarounds with Discord and Zoom to the point where it's just easier to fucking do a Zoom. Like, I mean, for everybody. You don't have to be streaming. You don't have to be a Twitch. You don't have to have a Twitch account. You know what I mean? And
I also think that this isn't built for us.
no, this is not built for DJs. I mean, it's built for this show would work great for this feature. Yeah.
Right. This kind of content, yes.
Right.
But like a DJ set, like there's nothing that has any value for that.
You like doing it like streaming in 720 and then recording in 1080/60? That's great. Then you have good raw source for good editing content. Absolutely. Doing dual encoding is going to take a lot out of your computer, but I know you got a beast, so you're all good there, obviously. So yeah, shared the stream together. What did they call it? Guest star for a while, and now it's like this shared chat thing. I mean, the shared chat coming to the stream together tool is kind of neat because then you can see like a combined chat of both users in one thing, and it creates like a cohesive community between two chats. So I can see how that could be kind of cool. The only way that I would use this right now is completely selfish. It's going to be me on the Sac Tech Exchange channel and the 916 Junglist channel at the same time with a combined chat, so I can see all you guys talking on either channel. That's pretty much what it's going to be if I was to do that. I was talking about that on an STE stream. I say STE, Sac Tech Exchange stream this past week. I was talking about how I don't know if like the Sac Tech Exchange channel is going to be like it's growing slowly. Let's just put it that way, right? And if I go live on this channel, immediately people are watching, but it takes quite a bit of effort to get people to watch on the other channel because there's a significantly lower followage on there, right? And so I'm looking at when I started going live on both channels, I was looking at the stat difference, and it's considerable. But at the same time, at first I was on the fence of maybe completely nuking the Sac Tech Exchange channel. But then I realized that no, the Sac Tech Exchange channel has its own potential to be its own thing, and pushing people there from my established, quote unquote, established channel might be the move for right now until I come up with, phase 2 or something like that. At least that's where I'm at with it. Deep was part of that too, in deciding that. Collaborations are important. Way to bring communities together. No way. You don't say. We're collaborating now. Big up to all those collaborators with you guys. Appreciate you guys.
Love being a collaborator with
I
you
love
guys.
the good. Let's collab, bro. Let's collab.
Improved quality and enhanced broadcasting. Ooh, enhance. I love that term in Hollywood. We can't really see what's going on. Can we enhance that?
Synergy.
Hey, Deep, have you ever seen the movie Spaceballs?
Can we enhance that? Big up positivity. Hell yeah. Appreciate that, bro. So enhanced broadcasting means that you'll be able to output in 1440p, which is great. And the new encodings that are going to be coming around the corner are pretty awesome. NVENC is great if you have a 20 series or newer GPU from NVIDIA. Then pushing all of the encoding process to the video card is not a problem. Using the NVENC encoder, and you can go 1440p or 2K. And I don't see any need for it for a audio-centric stream. But if you have the need or desire to go to 2K, I don't see anything wrong with it. I was in 720p for a long time. I went to 1080p just because I didn't really have a reason. And I'm most of everything that I look at is 1080p anyway, so it doesn't matter to me.
Doing some like crazy VR DJing somehow maybe.
It'd be fun, yeah. In 2K, it'd be fun.
Yeah.
Next year will also enable streamers to stream both in vertical and landscape video simultaneously, so viewers can get an optimal viewing experience no matter what kind of device they're watching from.
That's a mobile push.
That's kind of cool. So there's already something like that that Andy Lippy created as a plugin for OBS, which is really good. But it sounds like this is going to be something that's a transcode option within the Twitch player.
Yeah.
Like you can switch to vertical mode, or if you're on your mobile, it automatically detects it and switches to vertical mode.
Right.
And I'm curious if it's going to require like a separate stream key or how they would.
I
pull
would
that.
think that's probably how it would be.
A separate stream key.
Yeah.
Yeah.
'Cause,
Imagine,
yeah, 'cause
chat.
then it could be like the auto. Yeah, like it could auto select whether you're rotating your phone, like how you were watching it. You know what I mean? Like
Right. So if it's portrait oriented, then it was switch to vertical. I would like to be able to control the scene that's shown. I wouldn't want them to auto crop it. That way I
right.
can
So what
have
I'm saying is you get like two canvases. Like you got that other stream, because it's already a situation in OBS. Like
Right.
it already exists.
Right.
So saying that like, this window goes to, the vertical one and this one goes to the horizontal, and then it can know, with the
and you
Twitch
can tell
app.
StreamerBot whenever I'm on this scene, this is the vertical scene that should be on. And whenever I'm on this scene, this is the vertical scene that it should be on. You know what I mean? Like you can.
Yeah.
Yeah. I get it. I'm not mad at vertical mode. I think I've been going heavy on the short form content for those that haven't seen it. And I was anti-vertical video for many years, and I've seen the light. Like I'm okay with vertical video. I get it. And so yeah.
Yeah.
Vertical mode, all good. Hi, Mama Ross. Mama Ross keeps reminding me that I should be doing more on TikTok, and she's not wrong. I'm really late on TikTok stuff. Hyping up the community with a single tap. Ooh, tap it. We're investing in more features that combine engagement and fun mechanics to drive communal support like Hype Train and Power Ups. The Power Ups are the like my favorite is the Gigantify the emote, but you can
Yeah,
do
that
like
was
the
cool.
the Capigen thing, and you can do the put a frame around my text thing. This is my go-to. I'm gonna spend money on myself because big up to Big Shitty Man for having like some of the best emotes on Twitch. This one is just incredible. Yes, I'm 12. And so yeah, I love the Gigantify emote. That's like a fun little way to show love and like, you know, troll in somebody's chat because, you know, we bought that life. And so more things like that for with like, you know, bit rewards or something is cool. Working a new monetization feature that will allow viewers to react to a moment in a stream with an emotion or sentiment like a laugh or a heart. That's very TikTok. Like being able to like put those things into the into a live stream. Sausage party. Yeah, it's a jungle party. And rally the rest of the community to join in the fun with a single tap. Similar to a hype train, every contribution, big or small, will keep the momentum going. That's pretty cool. So they're gamifying the reaction things, like making a heart, you know, hearts jump on the screen and things like that. You have the opportunity to influence the stream and create memorable moments with the communities you love. This feature has been designed with mobile in mind to make it easier for viewers to support you when they're on the go, but will also be available on desktop. We're actively working on getting this into your hands and look forward to sharing more, blah, blah, blah. Okay. Updating our approach to strikes and enforcements. Uh-oh, what's this? We try to make the community guidelines easy to follow, and we don't want to be living in fear of getting indefinitely suspended for something small. So we're making a few updates. First, we'll be giving you more clarity on violations, starting with chat. We'll share the excerpt of the chat where the violation occurred in the email you receive and the appeals portal, so you'll be able to challenge it. Down the line, we'll also be providing a clip so that you can review the violation that happened during the live stream or VOD. That's amazing. If we get like a 36-hour ban for some boobies, I'm gonna want that clip. Like send it this way. We want to give you this information so that you can see what you did, what policies were violated, and if you feel our decision was incorrect, you can appeal. Cool. Nicely done.
Appeals court.
Man like wieners? Yeah, all day. Yeah. I'm catching up with the chat. I see it moving away. Big up Mama Ross, big positivity, Jason Ringo. Jason motherfucking Ringo. Ancient Tech, what up? We're also talking about a new approach to strikes. In the current system, strikes last forever, and there's confusion about how partners and non-partners are treated. We've seen that permanent strikes can be a big problem for streamers who have been streaming for a long time, as they could have been banned for a small infraction. Given this, early next year, we'll begin expiring strikes over time, depending on the severity of the violation. Tight. I wonder how long it takes for, you know, some of the stuff that's happened on this channel to roll off. We don't have any strikes because we haven't been caught, but
But for when it does.
there's been some strikeable offenses, let's just say.
Yes. In that little window down there. You see that? Wow.
Too hot for Twitch.
Pay close attention to the Zoom room on Saturday. That's all I got to say. These changes seek to improve.
Captain Whip Out.
These changes seek to improve clarity about our enforcements and reduce the risk that streamers lose their livelihood for low severity infractions. This sounds like it's happened before. To be clear, we will continue to issue suspensions, including indefinite suspensions for high severity infractions. I'm curious, like, you know, where's the line? Where's like the mid high, not quite high? Like, how far can I push it? Because I would really like to know how far that you know, where that line is drawn, and, you know, maybe stick my toe over every now and then. for you know, because content, right?
Billy.
Yeah.
I had Pop Tart Sniffers in the chat, and she's like queen of the dad jokes. So I have to stop you for a quick second and say one.
Oh, send it.
What do you call a teacher who doesn't fart in public?
What do you call a teacher that doesn't fart in public?
Yes. What do you call a teacher that doesn't fart in public?
I don't know.
A private tutor.
It's terrible. Terrible.
A private
Ba-doom.
tutor.
Amazing. Amazing. We need at least one of those every show. At least one. Globalizing. Big up Pop Tart
in the
Sniffer.
Jungle
We're going to get
Cruise,
into the
I used to
multi-stream thing. It
go
only
and
takes a
job-
second. Globalizing our guild program. We launched Twitch Unity Guilds in 2023 to provide a safe space for our creator communities to learn, share, and grow together with support Twitch. Over the last year, we were proud to launch our Black Guild, Women's Guild, and Hispanic Latin Guild. Awesome. And just announced our upcoming Pride Guild. Awesome. We recently added Black creators in the UK to the Twitch Black Guild and will be extending membership globally to all of our guilds in 2025. Cool. So they have like groups where folks can discover friends and, there's a guild for different communities, which is great.
Let's gamify more of it.
Yeah, right. Expanding our creator clubs. Last month, we successfully launched our 2 creator clubs, DJs and IRL streamers, to foster connection within these streaming communities. I think I'm in the creator club. It's a Discord.
Yeah.
It's just a Discord channel, right?
Yeah, I believe so. Yeah.
So yeah, it's when it's there. Yeah, there it is. It's a Discord channel that I've already muted.
Really high endorsement.
I
really high.
even suppressed the at mentions. Like, you know how you have to go the extra
Yep,
mile
yeah,
to like.
do not turn on the red dots. I don't give a fuck.
I don't want to know. Yeah,
All of it's red.
I'll
I don't
mute it
care.
except 2. True. You can apply to join here. So what it is a Discord channel for folks to talk. And we kind of already have that across our friends. I like going into Catch's Discord. I like going into the 916 Junglist Discord, obviously. So, and Faders and Mama Rosses are pretty cool too. And so, yeah, it's the Discord thing is kind of covered. I really don't need to go into these large ones. I've noticed from my experience that it's a whole lot of fucking soliciting, and I really don't need that in my life. Especially with DJs. DJs are the worst with that. Like, who's in a DJ Facebook group where it's nothing but DJs promoting to other DJs like we give a shit? And it's
I'm not clicking that link, bro.
Yeah, no.
yeah, right. So I have a feeling that this could turn into more of that if not moderated correctly. And it's my experience with Twitch so far when it comes to DJs is that they're a little bit sheltered when it comes to our culture and everything. And so I wouldn't give this too much of my attention at the moment, but I could be proven wrong. It's fine. Okay, so that's everything. That's everything that was at TwitchCon, in case you missed it. I also saw Epic DJing, and it looked pretty sad, actually. There was footage, not of him. His set was amazing. I'm just saying the whole experience.
I mean, he's always amazing. Yeah.
The super cringe footage was when they put an S11 on top of a DJM A9 in order for certain people to mix with their DVS software.
On top of it?
On top of it.
Like
they just stuck it on top and like
no.
yeah.
No.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
No.
All bad. And
No.
nobody said anything until Epic was like, nah, I ain't playing on that like that.
What the fuck?
Yes, of course he would, bro.
Yeah, respect the equipment, bro.
Right?
Yeah.
He's like,
like, this ain't tight.
We ain't going there.
Yeah, good for him. He would say no too. He's fucking dope. He's like, nah, I'm not doing it.
And so
compromise. Fuck that shit.
but he said that the experience was everything that I told him it was going to be. I've talked about this before. DJing at a trade show is kind of a fucking nightmare.
It sucks.
It sucks.
He was unsure about it. He was like, I'm kind of sorry that I said yes to it, but here we are.
I mean, I'm sure it's a paying gig, and I'm sure it was a great experience. And the networking side of it might have been great because there's a lot of DJs under one roof was always fun for the
It's
DJs
cool to
not
be-
DJing aspect of it, right?
Yeah, it's cool to be a person they call for that in
Right.
the first place. So
But I mean, I could already tell you right away what it was. It's going to be like Twitch's nod to the DJ program, so they're going to put a little bit of money into it. They're probably going to have a major sponsor who was Roland. I called that. I thought it was going to be like Pioneer or somebody else, but I guess Roland jumped on the chance to be a sponsor. That makes sense though because Roland kind of crosses over into the streamer market
Right,
too.
in the all like music category, not just DJs. you
Music
know, so-
category, but also
Yeah,
streaming. They make
already-
interfaces
yeah, right.
for
the stream decks,
all that stuff, right? Yeah, so I'm saying, Roland was like a major sponsor for this. They're at the TwitchCon in Vegas too. That makes sense. No one else was. That also makes sense. So yeah, Roland being a major sponsor, that makes sense. And then and it was exactly how I called it. Like, if you were playing like to that audience, then you probably were able to pull the crowd for your set. And I would say playing for that audience wouldn't be much different than playing for like a Comic-Con or, you know, any kind of a nerd con. And you would maybe get them in there for like 1 or 2 songs. And it would have to be like anything under the sun. You know what I mean? Like last time I played at Comic-Con, the thing that killed it the most literally was the John Williams Orchestra Indiana Jones song.
Right.
Dun, 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 dun. They were fucking going crazy, right?
Mine's the Pokemon theme song.
Yeah, just straight up, right? That kind of shit.
I'm doing one in a couple weeks.
And so that, or like, you know what I mean, pretty I want to say like vanilla tech house that's like, you know, like that you can't, it's like really forgettable shit, you know what I mean?
Mhm.
That probably fared well, but in reality it's going to be a convention and it's going to be people in passing. People are just going to walk by like you're another exhibit at the show.
You could play a farmer's market and get the same amount of
yeah, or like
fulfillment.
retail gigs like at the mall and shit, you know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah. Oh,
Yeah.
I've done that.
Yeah.
Ooh, Black Friday. Have
Yeah.
you ever done the all-night Black Friday gig? Fuck
It's
that
like
shit.
DJing at the mall, plus there's a bunch of other
Oh.
DJs around you, so you're DJing for a
Fuck.
bunch of DJs, which is fucking the worst, and you're in DJing for people in passing. You know what I mean? And so it's not like a
Triple
dream
groups.
gig whatsoever doing that
Yeah,
kind of
it's
shit.
true. That's hard. That's
Yeah.
like that's work.
You know who really shines at those types of gigs are those DJs who have like a 10-minute set where they just shred for 10 minutes, like a Qbert or a
Right.
like a
and they do it on a
Lazy
mini
Boy.
fighter, and they fucking
Right.
Like
And they come in and they just shred, and everybody, like the people that make the gear, they're like, "See what our gear can do." You know what I mean? Like,
Right,
and that's-
right.
Yeah. But another thing about Twitch that I was telling D Epic was that I was like, not only is it going to be playing at a con, it's going to be playing at a con where you relate to nothing else there.
Yeah, Epic's
like-
so far removed
He's
from
so
that
far
shit,
removed
too.
from all of that shit, dude.
He's
Like-
such like a boomer hipster, and then like him going to fucking con, bro.
he doesn't even want to
Like,
look at any of the other
Like
shit.
if he went to
Imagine.
NAMM, at least he'd be able to
Yeah.
walk around and see some interesting
Yes.
shit, right?
And and the sampling and beats and like
Yeah,
all,
the
like all
synths,
some other
everything,
shit
right?
he's into, yeah,
the
for
audio
sure.
production,
But-
everything. But dude, TwitchCon, what the fuck else is
Fucking
he gonna do? with Twitch?
ASMR and fucking ASMR and
games.
cosplayers, bro.
Like, he's not doing nothing,
What's
dude.
he gonna do?
That's hilarious. Poor guy. Oh, Epic.
I wish he
Love
could
him.
be in here right now.
I love him so much. You definitely have to clip this for him.
Oh god, he's streaming right now.
What a
Yeah.
fucking doll. He's such a good guy.
You played the Napster booth at South by Southwest 2000. You probably are
Shit.
relating to this topic then right now, Billy Robot. You have to say the big facts going on right now. It's an interesting gig. It's not a bad gig. Like it's, you know, I mean, it's just not. It's not like you're rocking it for a crowd that cares. Let's just put it that way, right?
Yeah.
And so those kind of gigs can be disheartening if it's all that you do.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
They can suck your soul away.
Yeah, big time. And so, you know, big up to Epic for showing improvement on that shit because that's a tough
Oh, yeah.
gig.
Yeah, it is. It's the real work.
But I you know,
And he was doing it on 45s.
yeah, he did there. He did
had
he
some
did him
45s.
too. Like
Yeah.
I know when he's, you know, compromising because we play every Monday for the last 10 years. And so I know when he's mailing it in and he put something together for that and fucking threw the fuck down. Like
Yeah.
that was not just like I'm gonna show up with a few records and figure it out. No, he did the damn thing for TwitchCon, and it was kind of crazy that he had, you know, obviously 99% of his audience was still on his channel watching him on Twitch, and nobody was really there at the convention watching him. You would see the camera cut to like the over the shoulder where you can see the crowd and the DJ at the same time, and or like the wide shot where you can see the DJ with the rest of the room. And it was just people walking by, you know what I mean? Like it was another exhibit at the show. And so that's upsetting to see that. And you could see that he was kind of getting, you know, joking about it a little bit, but yeah, use that exposure. Yeah, totally. Even though he's, you know, he did more for that than they did for him, in my opinion.
Right,
Yeah.
totally.
But we went to TwitchCon a couple years ago, and I knew. I mean, I told him, I was like, my favorite part of TwitchCon was not going to TwitchCon. It was going to the beach and going to breakfast and like hanging out with everybody out in
Hanging
San
out at
Diego.
Rebel Lion and fucking Apostle's house.
Yeah, exactly. Eating
Both their
the
houses.
Manny Pacquiao
Eating
burrito and
Eating
like
that oh yeah.
yes,
That's
yes.
a good one.
I will go back to San Diego just for the burrito.
Yeah, man. I was so safe when we ate that. A big ass burrito with like fries in it, steak. It was delicious.
So burrito con. We'll just have burrito con.
Yeah.
And we'll just
Yes.
eat burritos, and that'll be the reason. And we'll just
And
meet
I
up.
was like, I'm eating it, holding it, and looking at Billy and go, I cannot wait to eat this again. While I'm eating it for the first time. I can't wait to eat this again. It was amazing.
Okay.
Sayulita's San Diego. Big up Sayulita's. Oof. I told Mama Ross to go there when she was in San Diego. She went and she met Apostle and Bike. Amazing.
If Poppy's still there, we should talk about the streaming.
I'm pulling it
thing,
up right now.
Okay, perfect. Sorry.
You good?
I trust and believe in you, Captain, my captain.
Philippines.
Okay, I think this is the one. I think this is the one.
Yeah. Just bomb. Go back to San Diego just for the fucking burritos. And the screwball. We had some screwball down there. Cause that's where that shit was made. Peanut butter whiskey. You fucks with that, Corinne?
No, I've never even heard of that. Peanut butter whiskey?
Screwball? Oh my god. You don't know about that?
There's another ball besides fire?
Yeah.
I'm almost there, guys. Sorry, I'm
Screwball
just trying to
peanut butter
find
whiskey
it.
when it's like cold. Ooh.
Was that the one that I used? It couldn't be the one that I used.
You miss Italy, Spiralis? Where'd you go in Italy? I lived there for a couple years.
You lived in Italy? How come I never knew that?
Yeah. And like 95, 96.
Where?
I lived in northern Italy in right off an army base. Like you know where Verona is?
Mm-hmm.
So like near the like right near there's a military base called Vicenza. And I moved there for a couple years. It's amazing. I loved it. I got in so much trouble. I went to my very first club then, and it's this massive fucking multiple room, multiple floor, like mega club called Nordest. And I was fucking like American money was like the shit in the 90s, and I could pay people and they were like, "Yep, just go ahead right over there." And you going into the clubs where there's like this big LED booming that Euro fucking dance shit at the 90s, which was fucking amazing. And then you go in the next room and it's like this dark fucking brick wall and it's playing fucking This Is How We Do It and like just like that era of hip hop, you know, the
Yeah.
mid 90s. So dope. It was like it's like a fucking core memory for me.
Love it.
In that time where they had this other fucking side room where they'd be playing fucking like black and white movies, like a small little movie gallery, like a theater, like off to the side, no more than like 8 chairs.
Yo,
in
big
there.
up Spiralis.
And people would just be fucking in there.
Crazy.
Amazing.
Just
amazing.
Just sounds icky. Sounds icky. Spiralis got a set at 12. Gonna do an article for Best D&B on Sunday Base. Love that. I love to read that when that comes out. Let me know. And you were at Sunday Base. That's why you didn't come to SAC. Big up. Yeah, I saw a cool video from Sunday Base. That looked amazing, actually. Looked awesome. I would love to read that article when you're done with that. Big up to your set. Man, I love the Spiralis. That's the homie right there. We had a good conversation. Okay, so this is the plug-in right here. Let me get this set up here. Which one? I guess we'll just talk to this guy.
Ooh, break.
So This is what I'm using. I'll put the link in the chat right now as well.
Multiple RTMP outlet plugin.
And what it does is it allows you to create a custom dock. Okay. So in OBS, you would go to docs. Once this is installed, by the way, first you install this. Okay. Once this is installed, then you just go to launch OBS and you go to the docs menu, which is goes file, edit, view, then docs. And DOCKS, not DOX, DOCKS, docs. And then in there, you will see a new doc called multiple RTMP output. And here you can create multiple RTMP information and hit start or stop stream on those individual channels. And then that'll allow you to utilize your internet's connection to send to multiple RTMP sites. Now, it's going to use the same encoder settings, so it's not like it has to re-encode every single stream. It's just redirecting it to multiple RTMP sites. So it doesn't take up a whole lot of more resources to output, but you are sending that traffic over the internet, and so you will need the extra bandwidth on your uploads when you're sending that information to the different servers. But this was the way that I was able to, this is the way that I'm able to stream to the SACTech Exchange Twitch channel and this channel at the same time, as well as our Facebook and YouTube and anything else that'll take an RTMP, TikTok I could send to, Instagram. And the only limitation would be how much upload space do you have? And for every 1080p, I'd say block out about 6,000 to 7,000. So there'd be 6 to 7 up Mbps up per stream. So if you're doing like 4 streams, then you're gonna be doing like 30. Set aside 30 up for that, right? So
Wait to get fucking fiber,
with
bro.
that fiber in my, I was gonna say with that.
I need my fucking fiber, bro.
I had to test it. I wasn't able to use this the whole time because I only get like 6 or 7 up usually on a good day. 20 up is average. I should be real, right? But now that the fiber is happening, we get the good 100 up, 100 down, no problemo. Yeah.
Oh, imagine chat. Can you imagine?
Can you imagine
believe
chat?
this, chat?
Yeah.
Can you believe this 100 up chat? Wow.
So, Poppy T, that's how it's done. It's not very difficult. Run the installer, and then go to the docs menu in OBS, and you will see it listed as one of the docs that you can check. And once you check that doc, it gives you your ability to fill out the different things. And you just need to put in your RTMP server and the key. And those are the things that they give you when you try to go live anyways. So not the big a deal. How could I stream Jungle Cruise on my channel and her channel? What you would do in that case, that'd be like what we do it inside the ride. So what you would do in that case is you would create what's called a browser source. That's one of the sources that you can create in OBS. And in the browser source section, when the properties come up for browser source, all you need to do is put the web address of that browser source. You see it's popping up right here. The web address into that browser source and the height and width that you want it to be. So if it's a 1080p stream, it's 1920 by 1080. And then you have the ability to bring that into your stream. Another checkbox, I can't really show this on my screen for some reason. I don't know.
I got you. So
Okay.
hold on. I just opened OBS. So
Okay, perfect.
I can screen share and you can walk me through it and I will mime.
Thank you for your help.
I'll model for you.
I'm going to eat a piece of fried chicken while you do that.
I'm going to share my screen and it's going to be OBS.
Paul Nice, it's not gas station chicken.
Crispy crunchy, no.
Okay.
All right. So
here we are. OBS.
You got your scenes and you got your sources. Okay. You got your scenes you want.
Yep.
Fucking love fried chicken, bro. Oh,
I fucking love fried chicken, bro.
all right.
Wait, you want me to like
And then
have something?
create a source.
Time out.
All day, right? Don't sleep on the Crispy Crunchy.
That's right.
Where's my shit? Oh, here it is. Hang on. Okay.
Perfect. Yeah, quality.
Okay. All right, go
So
ahead.
down in the sources, let's
Yeah.
create a new source.
Okay.
And we're going to go to add. And let's choose browser source or browser.
Okay.
And let's name it DJ's Not
Create
DJing.
a new.
Create new. Yep. And then hit OK. And now a new browser source pops up. Now under the URL field, let's put twitch.tv/916junglist. And then let's do the resolution as 1920 by 1080. And this is your discretion. You could do it or not, but control audio via OBS. If you check that, it creates its own mixer fader in the audio mixer. And if you don't check it, then it does not. It just uses your desktop audio. For this example, let's go ahead and check it. And then everything else, just hit OK. Here it comes. You might have to mute the audio because we're going to double up.
I'm not streaming though. I mean, I will if I need to, but
If you're sharing audio, it's gonna come through, right?
I don't know if I did.
Okay.
I will. I'll mute it anyway.
Okay, perfect. So you can see, use my cursor as an example. Yeah, perfect. You can see right here, DJ is not DJing is listed as an audio source. And you can see that our stream is now here. Now you can full screen that.
Full screen what?
The stream, the browser, so close out of that. Or you have to go to interact, right? So
if I want to interact with it.
Yep, interact. Yep, down here at the bottom, hit interact, and then hit the full screen button for the stream down here.
Where are we at? Right.
A little more. You're almost there. Yep, right there it is. Boom. Hit that. There. That's how you do it. So now, even though it's Inception style, what you're seeing is the 916 Junglist channel being embedded into Darth Vader's OBS. So now if he hits start streaming, it's going to show that stream. Now there's going to be a little bit of a delay, but that's the way that it is with Inside the Ride as well.
Yeah.
You can close out of the interacting thing.
Oh, yep.
Yep. And there it is.
Yep.
That's how you would do it. And so with Inside the Ride, I make it a little bit smaller so that there's other things that can go on the stream and things like that. Resize the window. Like that. Yep. Perfect. And there it is, the 916 Junglist channel inside of the OBS, and you have the ability to stream with that. Does that make sense, Poppy T?
Hope so.
I like that it's cascading now. You have OBS control browser source.
You can, yeah.
Yeah.
Because that way, since it's like a Twitch window, you can, minimize the chat and move all that other shit over of a normal.
I
Twitch
checked the
stream.
box to have it monitor the sound so that I have individual control of just that source.
Yeah. Yeah, because
Right.
I have it muted
Right.
here.
Because we DJs, we need that. We need that.
Yep. Yeah, give me more faders.
Yeah, I need
Put
all
up
my
there.
faders. Yeah, exactly. Especially my favorite fader.
Aw.
You too.
What a dick.
All right. I want to watch one more thing. I didn't get a chance to watch this when it came out, and I've been wanting to watch it all day. This posted up on my YouTube algorithm. Big up algorithm. The algorithm.
Poppy T asked me. Poppy T had heard through the grapevine that I DJ Yacht Rock.
Yeah.
Through the grapevine.
Well, it wasn't time. I did DJ lots of Yacht Rock.
Yes, and it was awesome. It was the golden era of Twitch.
Undefeated.
Pandemic era.
Undefeated.
Undefeated. All right.
There's
I'm taking over.
DJ Audio 1 right there. Oh.
All right.
May I close out of OBS now?
Yes, we good.
Okay.
I think did you have some on YouTube? Do you have any of your old stuff?
Back then.
What's that?
Not me.
Oh.
You don't have any of your old stuff on YouTube or anything?
No, the only thing I put up on YouTube was my failed movie podcast.
Do you have any of the recordings from those sets?
Of my
Of your Yacht Rock stuff? Yeah.
No.
Did you record any of them?
No, never.
Not
Yep.
a single one, you fucking
Never.
dickhead.
Dude, why are we so the same? I don't have any of the archives. Oh, the only one, the most.
I have every single thing I've ever done, including the
Nope,
testing when
never.
I was first on there.
Nope.
And
You know
I
what that comes from? I mean, I'm sure Fader will agree. It's from doing a weekly radio show for the radio. Yep. You do one every single week, and at first I was like, I'm gonna save these, and I was like, why the fuck am I saving these? And then it just turned into okay, well, this is gonna be something I do every week. I'm always gonna be looking for the newest one anyway, so it could just be expendable. And I never save it.
I'm an internet hoarder, and I also do those greatest hits things, where I go back and
I don't even know what stream number this is on the channel. You know, people will be keeping track of that shit.
I'm like OCD about all that shit, and I like to send people.
How many streams have you done on Twitch?
It'll be 190. Well, for Jungle Cruise, it'll be 199 next week.
I love that.
It's hoping to be 200.
I love that.
I love that.
It could never be me.
I
but
could have crossed
love that.
I could have crossed
I have
number
every single one of them.
669 and had a great stream from it and didn't even fucking bother counting. I can make it up.
I
right?
have them numbered in folders in my in a hard drive, all saved. Who was the guest on it, and the entire stream. Boom. And then when I go back and make my little compilations, I can go back in each one, and I have all the pre-shows saved too. I'm crazy like that.
I need to stage this a little bit. I fucking love Booty Bass. Just want to say that. I love Miami Bass.
It's my favorite. I love it,
dude. I love it, and it's just to me, it's the epitome of my teenage years, from putting home speakers in the trunk to discovering the extreme of it, which was the bass CDs that had the warning labels on the covers that said may cause damage to your speakers. We got DJ Magic Mike on Twitch on the regular now, where we're so lucky to have him. I mean, that was he was part of my childhood experiences when it comes to bass music, and then I never heard from him again after that era of my life. And then to see him on Twitch, I was like, hot damn, that's DJ Magic Mike. Let's do this. And all that old Techmaster PEB, funny names like It Came From Outer Bass and The Bass That Ate Miami and shit like that. I was all about it.
Amazing.
Even before Jungle, before the rave. And Fader and I were going on, was it yesterday? We're going on what's our favorite Miami bass deep cut that isn't the normal ones that you hear all the time. Which one did you pull out? The donkey, right?
No. No, I pulled out two. I said the fuck shop.
Yeah.
Welcome to the fuck shop.
Yeah, Two Live Crew. The fuck shop is probably one of my favorite fucking songs, because I love just it's so nasty, and I love just fucking singing it. And then the other one was a 12 gauge donkey butt. Give me that donkey butt and those big old yeah, that's fucking movie. That song is terrible.
I loved I Was Down With the Dogs, Your Mama's on Crack Rock.
Yeah, that's what's
and
up.
Funky Y2C, and then I was hella down with Poison Clan, and of course Two Live Crew. I'm fucking down. And for me personally, I mean, obviously I love the 808, and I love the 808 kit all in all its glory. But I was always big when they would bring in the bongo percussion, that little 16th note bongo riff that would kind of roll along with it. Oh, I go, oh, it's so good. So good. And then another one, what was another one came out? Success and Effect, Roll It Up, My Homeboy. And then we were talking about like booty-based ballads, like Antoinette, I Will Always Be There For You, and Nemesis, Munchies for Your Bass. And like those like slow jams that were supposed to be about like, that were like in bass compilations, which was fucking hilarious.
Some I had never heard of before.
Yeah. You're like, this is horrible. I was like, I know it.
Yeah, I was like, what is this?
Who knows about Munchies for Your Bass, dude? That's the heat.
I don't know about that.
You don't know about Munchies for Your Bass? Oh, come on. Somebody help me out
don't.
in the chat. That's a Jukebox Network classic right there. Munchies for Your Bass. I want to hear Uncle Luke, aka Luke Skywalker of Two Live Crew. He was on a podcast recently talking about the early days of Southern hip hop and the development of Two Live Crew and Booty Bass in Miami. And I wanted to hear his story because it really fascinates me. He's definitely an independent success story out of hip hop, which is amazing. So I would like to hear this. Let's see what we got. All right. Here we go. Okay. Let's roll it.
What made you even take the chance of like making that type of music? Like, because you was the first. You was the first.
Yeah, well, first off, thanks for allowing me to come back.
No, hell no. Thank you, man. Thank you, man.
I'm a big fan of the show.
Yes,
Let me see you pop that pussy, shake the monkey, doodle brown.
Doodle brown.
That's Uncle Luke, son. Let me hear you say head, and more head.
Fucking bangers, bro.
Dude, right?
Bangers.
Thank you. Appreciate
guys on all social media, and I
Like,
love.
there's no better hype man. I'm sorry. Like, Uncle Luke is the man, dude. All right.
Big rip to Fat Man Scoop, but this man is the GOAT.
Yeah, right? Maybe, yeah, big rip to Fat Man Scoop. You're right.
Seriously.
You're right. Yeah. But seriously, the Uncle Luke, like, untouchable, for real. I like to think that when I'm doing my fake hype man shit on the microphone, I'm channeling my inner Uncle Luke every single time.
Doing it just
It's like part Uncle Luke and part like MCGQ.
like you say, y'all done got big time.
Yes,
We
yes.
was in the
Yeah. That's right.
We was
Yeah, we weren't doing good.
big time and shit. Hey, so I was like, okay, hold on, these boys got big time. One day, but then I appreciate y'all having me. But
hell yeah.
But to answer the question, man, I was a DJ. First off,
let's get it.
Ghetto style DJs. I'm spinning DJing around here.
Would you say that he was a DJ, not DJing in this conversation? I would qualify that.
Ghetto style DJs.
Right.
I'm spinning DJing around here. Doing parks, doing dances, doing high school dances, skating rinks, and all the whole shit. And basically, we would start bringing down hip hop artists. We pretty much, it was a guy named Tiny Head. He brought, Jekyll and Hyde down the first time.
Wow.
And then when we saw him doing that with his DJ group, then I started bringing down dudes like T-La Rock and Mantronics and all kind of stuff like that.
Mantronics go.
Artists like that. I mean, Divine Sounds, you name it. And so I ended up, I was embedded into, the New York culture of hip hop and had a clear understanding of what it was all about. It was the stickers, it was the break dancing, it was the whole style, that was going on. So I'm like, okay, end up with Two Live Crew. They came down and they didn't have a label. They were on Cola Records, the same label that Ice T and
They
Ice
came out of
Cube and
LA
all
from
them.
LA,
Yeah.
right? Because he
Yeah.
told me
Nicola.
something today. He said
Yeah, they were out of LA.
Came out of LA.
Yeah.
That messed me up.
Yeah, Mr. Mix was the only one from Miami.
Yep.
No, none of them.
Not even Mr. Mix?
No, Mr. Mix from San Bernardino.
Oh, I thought Mr. Mix was the one from Miami.
Yeah, no, he's from San Bernardino.
Big up Northern Cali crew.
Paul wouldn't let this argument drop. He said one of them is from New York.
Two of them from New York.
Oh, boy, you won the argument, yo.
Paul, you won the argument.
I can't believe he know.
Brother Marquise is from Rochester and
Fresh Kid Ice was from where?
From Brooklyn.
Yo, big up Fresh Kid Ice.
Yeah,
R.I.P. to
crazy
Brother Marquise and Fresh Kid Ice. Fresh Kid Ice doesn't get enough credit as being one of the first like successful Asian American hip hop artists in the scene. Like it's, he's definitely somebody who received a spotlight early on, and even to this day, there's not a whole lot of like successful Asian artists in hip hop, right?
Listen to the Two Live Crew back then. all I could see is, I thought it was all Miami. I couldn't see LA, none of that. So when you said that to me outside, I was like, get out of here, man.
Well, so yeah, how does that go from LA to over here to you?
So they were in the military.
Right, that's what they meant.
They all met in the military. Before it was another young man in the group. It wasn't Marquise. Marquise was in Alabama at the time.
Oh, wow.
It was another dude named Yuri Vila.
This is so good.
So you had two sides of the record. You know, you had Beatbox, which was a kind of dance song that I spent down here, got hot. And before you know it, start bringing them down. Then the other side was Revelation. Revelation was more like a conscience song. So if you can imagine, Two Live Crew
As a conscious song.
was probably one of the original conscience song groups. And so, when they came down, they were like,
Fader
yo, we
drop?
ain't got no label, we trying to do this. And I'm promoting shows. I want to be like fucking Al Heyman.
Right.
I ain't trying to be no damn record executive.
Right.
So at the end of the day, I was like, okay, well, I know some record companies around here, let me hook y'all up. And then everybody was like, hell no, they don't do no hip hop in the South, you tripping. They were doing dance music like Trenier and stuff like that.
Trenier, it was big as the freestyle
Was
crew.
it back then?
No,
Where Filipinos at?
Early.
Philippines. Freestylers. Dude, I love me some freestyle and Trenier, all that shit, dude. Y'all, let's go. I'm in. All right.
Yeah, this was early. I mean,
It was just the sound, the DJ crews.
Okay.
Yeah,
Right.
just us DJing. So I ended up, make a long story short, I ended up like, fuck it. I'll put the record out. So then it was like we had this little thing that we used to create.
Vader's
dances in
ISP
the
heard him talking
dance.
shit
Like, we had
about the fiber.
one dance called Ghetto Jump, where everybody we used the Wild Wild West theme and everybody ghetto jump. And then they'll jump. And then we had another dance
Little
called
B, hell yeah.
Throw the D.
Throw that D.
So they would dance, throw the D, the guys would throw the dick. They were throwing the dick. Yeah. It was like,
Let's go.
so what ended up happening, I was like, okay, well, fuck it. We'll put the record, we created a dance, and everybody was doing it anyway because we were doing skating rinks.
Before the Pac Jam? This was before?
Yeah, we called it the Pac Jam skating ring.
Oh,
so
okay.
I made the money from the Pac Jam
look
to then
out.
buy the Pac Jam. So we had a skating ring. We did Carol City Saying Hi. Then we did the skating ring. Then we did Out of Powder. So we were doing these parties, and then Sunday we would do African Square Park. So we were in the front of like almost 10,000 people on a weekend.
Right.
So we would be able to break a record.
And they all moved over here then, I'm assuming, at that point. Right.
Yeah. And so at the end of the day, we just, I said, fuck it, we'll do this song right here. And then we.
Everything good, homie?
Yeah, I don't know. My internet took a shit and just
Let's see, your ISP heard you talking shit about no fiber.
yeah, right.
Yeah, they're listening, bro.
They kicked me out of Zoom. My shit fucking hiccuped, and I was like, had to restart everything.
I saw you dip. Yeah, I was like, oh, there's Fader. Bye. Halfway done.
I
Almost,
ain't
we almost out
ain't
of
that
this.
safe, I was
Yeah.
like, Jesus Christ.
Yeah, Irish could buy the fucking Zoom room and the
Right?
show.
We're gonna see
Yeah, the
that. You
whole
know that,
show.
right?
Yeah, right. Yeah, the fucking window goes away.
Yeah.
Pac Jam? This was before?
Yeah, we called it the Pac Jam skating ring.
Oh,
so
okay.
I made the money from the Pac Jam to then buy the Pac Jam. So we had a skating ring. We did Carol City Saying Hi. Then we did the skate.
That's fucking baller. He's like, yeah, we started throwing shows at this skating rink. I saved my money and then I bought the
I
fucking
bought
skating
that
rink.
bitch.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
Then
fucking
we did
cool.
Out of Powder. So we were doing these parties, and then Sunday we would do African Square Park. So we were in the front of like almost 10,000 people on a weekend.
Right.
So we would be able to break a record.
And they all moved over here then, I'm assuming, at that point. Right.
Yeah. And so at the end of the day, we just, I said, fuck
Think
it,
about
we'll
the
do this
DJ's
song
influence
right here.
back then. Like, there's no internet, right? There's no like YouTube viral clip or like, social media viral sensationness happening. And the only influence that people have when it comes to new music is either on the radio from their friends or at a party. And so if you're at a big party where he's talking about like 10,000 people, like Corinne performing with Pendulum the other day,
That's fantastic.
what
What
you
a
play
segue.
is going to be like hugely influential on like what they listen to going forward.
Right.
You know what I mean? It's kind of crazy to think that doesn't really have the same weight these days,
Not
Then
at
we
all,
did Throw
yeah.
the Dick.
Right.
And then that shit was hot. hey.
I stay Poppy T. I am the definitely that dad that be showing off at the roller skating rink.
Oh
Same.
yeah.
I can Rex.
Same.
I can Rex
Yeah.
my ass off.
Oh fuck yeah!
Let's go.
Crisscross, go backwards, all that shit.
Backwards, yep.
Yeah. I'm
Yep.
I'm with it. I used to do that shit.
Crossovers.
Little
with feet.
crossovers.
Yep,
Yeah.
I got it. And I mean, I'm about 80% these days. Maybe less.
Yeah.
Give myself credit.
Yeah, I don't know exactly what would happen if I fell at this point, but
Shoot the duck. Yeah, right. But yeah, for sure. I have been known to be getting my disco skate on.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, I can do that.
I'm a blader though.
You be
I am too.
I'm on
a
skates.
blader too.
I'm on
I am
skates.
too. I'm a blader, but I do skates at the roller rink,
I'm a skates and they're laced loose and like I be fucking just
So you
cruising
rock
around.
them ankles. You can move them ankles around.
The roller boogie, bitch.
Yeah,
Roller boogie.
exactly. Like I got a little Rex in me. Yeah.
Crazy, and that was like the first Dirty song. And then after we did Throw the Dick, then that was the Days of Answer song. So the motherfucking mob told me, hey, look at man, I was taking the record around. They had one distributor, and one distributor was like, yo, you gotta. I was like, give me my money for this fucking record. I ain't trying to be in this shit.
Wow.
And they were like, yo, order for you to get your money for that record, you got to give us another record. So then that was the Days of Answer records. You had Roxanne Shante, Roxanne. So everybody was doing answers back then. So I got my little niece, my little cousin. It was like, yo, you got to do a fucking song. She ain't no fucking rapper. No, we going to write this shit. You going to go in there, which is the group Ann Quet. And she went in there and did Throw the P. Throw the pussy.
Oh, the response. Okay.
So we did a response song. Then give me my money for this shit here. This shit hot right here.
And then she did I Will Always Be There For You. I played that for Fader, and he was like, this is fucking terrible. I was like, yep, it's great.
Terrible. And then I was like, well.
Who knows about Antiquette? I Will Always Be There For You. That's the fucking jam. Hold on.
Terrible. I was like,
No
what
apologies. No apologies.
is this?
What is
This is so good. Oh,
real.
yes. Yes.
Oh yeah. No.
Does anybody know this song? Anybody in the chat? I'm sure Relay's got to know this song. Relay, yeah. I said look down. Relay already knows. All right. That's for the Cholos. Wait, is this a video? No, it's not the video. Hang on. By the way, that beat bangs. Hang on a second.
Slaps.
100%.
Apostle coming in with a raid. What up, Apostle?
Is it already 10? Apostle early. How's Warhammer going, bro? Or is it Warhammer is tomorrow? Today he was playing something scary, I think. Big up to the Apostle crew. We're having a flashback right now. We were watching Uncle Luke describe the origins of Booty Bass. That's what you walked into. And we got derailed for a second because I want to talk about, apparently this was his niece, he said, or his cousin? His niece.
Yeah,
His niece.
His niece. He pulled her in to do a song there's like a counter answer song in order for him to get paid. And then this name came up and I was like, I was just playing this song for Fader yesterday. It's terrible. It's amazing. Who knows this song? If you're on the West Coast and you're like in your early mid 40s, you got to know this song from the Jukebox Network.
Oh my god.
The style's back, son. I'm telling you. The box. Yes. Who has that emote? Relay, is that your emote for real? That's amazing, bro. Dude, the box was the business.
I wanna be the one that you are thinking of. The one that brightens your day.
Oh, here it comes.
Oh my god.
Because there's nobody else that can do the things you do.
This is so 91 LA.
Fucking bum dancing.
So when you feel the need to love, let me be the one you're thinking of. Because I will make it so.
All right, the hook. Here it is.
I will always be there for you.
Baby.
Horrible.
This is amazing. So yeah, they did throw that P as well, and this is the song he's talking about. Oh yes, I'm sure there's no video.
Oh
So,
no,
how
I
could
can't do
they?
that. Please don't make me do that.
Is this against Toss? I don't know if this is against Toss. Slapper. Slapper.
So check it out, party people, and listen to me. Forget that third dick and throw that P.
You have this record? This shit bangs. I got so many Luke Skywalker records.
It's a brand new dance and it's coming your way. It was started in Miami by the ghetto DJ. Say some, call it at the end, this is true. You guys talk about the dick, can you really screw? Now girl, you need to find out and make your body come alive. One who can do it right and keep it satisfied. So grab that guy by the hand and head up to the floor. Work it backside out till it gets sore. If you don't know how to do it, just repeat after me. Guys, grab your little dicks while I throw that beat.
Oh, there it is. Here's my shit. If you were mixing this out of Throw That D, like you would play Throw the D because they knew that one, and then you would do this one as the second verse. You know what I mean? Because you're DJ,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah. Yeah. And you got to do the
It's the
response.
answer, right? It's
Yes,
like he was saying, the Roxanne and the Roxanne's Revenge.
No scrub, no pigeons.
Yeah, exactly. Right.
No, this street hustle shit ain't really getting it. I need to be hustling some motherfucking records.
Right.
So at the end of the day, then that's when I like flipped over to doing that.
Right.
And before and we just went from song to song. And back then, singles was hot.
Right.
Basically, he was saying that throwing parties and selling drugs was not the way to go.
Well, I
And
wonder
we just
why.
went from song to song, and back then singles was hot.
Right.
And I was like, fuck that shit, because the thing is, we had down here, what people don't realize in Miami, which helped me out a lot, was every major record label would press their records down here.
Right.
To go to Colombia and all over the islands and shit.
Mastering guys were out here too.
Exactly. So you had record companies here, but then they were cutting the records, and they were the cassettes and the records and all that for dirt cheap.
Yeah.
So you damn near can I would get this right here cost me 21 cents, and the cassette was costing me 30 cents. So I'm like, oh shit, I need to hustle this shit. And then I was like, fuck these singles, because the industry was like, yo, it's all about singles.
Right.
I'm like, hell no, we're gonna do an album, and then I'm gonna cut the price on the album, and I'm gonna cut the single.
Right, because you was the record label.
Yeah, I was the record
Right,
label,
right.
and we just pumping this shit all across the country. I mean, it was a great time.
And one of the first, but one of the first
It was
independents in
a great
hip-hop.
time.
If not the first.
Them motherfuckers
no
living
doubt
the
about
life.
You guys maybe Rap A Lot was around the same time?
No, they came out after us.
After?
Yeah, Rap A Lot was after us.
everybody basically was out there. And that's what people, people don't give us the credit for. We created hip hop in the South. No question about it. It was non-existent.
Period.
It wasn't, I mean, you talk to Baby will tell you tried to sign up with us. We signed an artist from New Orleans named Bust Down.
Okay, yeah, I
we
heard the
signed
story, yep.
MC Shadi out of Atlanta. So
Oh,
it wasn't,
Shadi.
they didn't
Come on,
have
shake
record
it.
companies, nowhere in the South. We went to fucking Houston, and I signed up H-Town.
Wow.
So it was a lot of, okay, how the fuck we do this? And then I was trying to fucking sign up Master P when he had the Ice Cream Man song. P told me, no, I'm trying to do what the fuck you do.
Yeah, that's what he did
Hell
too.
no, I see what you doing, how you moving, which which was mad respect.
And that
He
wasn't
said that
popular
too.
back-
Master P has said that he learned from Luke how to be an independent independently building your own brand?
And like, especially a black
Before
man owning
branding
his
was
own
called branding, you know what I mean? Like,
label. So what made you? I know you had music that was explicit and all that, but that's still that boss mentality. What made you say
You had to because you had to because there were no record companies
Nobody's
in
fucking with
Miami.
you.
I mean, it was dance record companies. You saying you got a hip hop record from Miami is like you tell an A&R motherfucker.
Especially
like
back then, right.
They were like, hell no, we ain't doing that. You know, it was all either you were from New York and Philly was, you know, doing their thing and California was doing their thing. Even at that time, you know, most of those guys, NWA and everybody else, Egyptian Love and all them, Dre and all them, they was on Macola Records, the same distribution company that 2 Live Crew was on.
Right.
All them dudes was over there. So
and at one point you had a relationship with
the,
Atlantic, right?
Uncle Jam's Army, and all that
so
shit.
when I did Band in the USA, I was like, okay, I want to blow this shit up.
Right.
Remember Band in the USA?
Yep.
That was great.
And you know, okay, I need the big machine.
Okay.
And then I cut the deal with Atlantic. That was a real interesting deal because you know I went in there. I mean, it was Tooch Aram.
Sylvia Rome was running
Sylvia
it right that
Rome.
time.
It was crazy because Doug Morris brought me in the office. It was me. It was me, Craig Cowman, and Jimmy Iovine.
Wow.
And it was all three of us. One was doing music, and the other one, Craig, had a house label in Chicago.
What?
And so we all was sitting in the fucking office, in Doug Morris' office, and he was like, y'all the three next motherfuckers that gonna be running the music industry.
Crazy.
Wow.
Good shit. All right. Let's, ready to call it. That was a lot of fun. Big
I'm
love
ready
to
to call
everybody.
it as well. My sickness is getting the worst of me.
Yeah, I'm ready.
I went seriously interested in those videos though.
Oh, that was fun.
I think I'm
That was
gonna look it up and watch the rest of that conversation.
See who we gonna hit.
I'm gonna watch the Vince McMahon documentary on Netflix.
Yeah, I was gonna watch that too. Actually,
Dude, the hair metal one on which one's it's on Paramount, I think. The Nothing But a Good Time.
Oh,
Dude, watch that shit. That shit is
All
really
right.
good. I'm gonna find a trailer for it. Oh yeah. Perfect. Dude, I watched this when I finally got a chance to chill after all of the 916 Junglist shenanigans. And I binged all 3 episodes because I was so down.
In the 80s, it was an exciting time in music. It was amazing. You had to have lived it. Go all the way. More hair, more clothes, tighter pants. That is what rock and roll is about.
This heavy metal music, is all of it bad?
To me, they're all satanic. I don't want anything to do with it.
On tour, every human depravity came out.
He's throwing meat and blood at the audience.
I wanted to play so hard that my hands would bleed. I would have blood on my snare all the time.
Go.
He modified the cod piece and put explosives in it. We just heard a big boom. It his balls.
They made it seem so awesome to
Wait.
Explosives in it. We just heard a big boom.
Vader, Halloween, bro.
I mean, wow. Who the is that?
Like,
Ozzy?
how do you top that? Like, how do you follow that? Like, if you're on
You
next,
don't.
you're like,
That's Ozzy, right?
yeah. In case you missed the VOD from the 916 Junglist party, this is one of the highlights of the night. Amazing. Okay, that's just they dreamt it up. They designed it.
It's like that guitar.
And they
the
fucking
4
executed it.
guitars,
Someone
like
said,
the
"I
axe
want
or whatever."
sparks to shoot out of my dick."
Yep.
Yeah, we got the permits and everything. Yeah. That's so good.
Backfired into his balls.
They made it seem so awesome to just have sex and do drugs.
It was nothing but a good time, not the f***ing life I lived.
I feel like I'm gonna die, so I probably shouldn't be in this band.
When you have that level of dominance, there's nowhere else really to go except for off the cliff.
Randy winds up taking
Yeah,
a
for real,
joyride.
I'm awakened by boom! That I was gonna take care of him. I brought him back home in a box.
I had to change my life, get back on track.
The music withstood the test of time.
They really changed the game.
We bet on ourselves, and when it paid off, it was awesome.
You didn't realize what a magical time you were in.
Highly recommend. It's fucking great. I really enjoyed the shit out of it.
Ooh, that's the one. The Netflix one. The Vince McMahon one. The one I want to watch.
It was
I'm gonna
there?
watch that one too.
Yeah.
Let's see. Hold on.
You just had it. It was just on the screen.
People have wondered who I really am. You know, portrayals me I'm a bad guy. But no one really knows me.
He's straight up Fossil.
In the world of professional wrestling,
Vince McMahon. He's easy to hate.
Even like all the way up to Guns N' Roses.
I don't fight
Guns N'
there.
Roses. Guns N' Roses.
That's exactly what you're gonna get.
It's not my fault that I happen to be a self-made billionaire.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to All American Wrestling. When I bought my dad's business, my vision was to make this mainstream.
Welcome
James Strongbow.
Vince created this huge empire,
Broke the
billion-dollar
law.
entertainment juggernaut.
He
The
did things
unspoken
no
law
one thought were
of
possible.
territorial wrestling.
Everything he did turned to gold.
Whoops.
There were so many scandals going on.
On trial for steroids.
90% of the wrestlers
Dude,
are on
seriously, that's a great
Another
video.
dead wrestler.
This rocked the very foundation of the WWE. I would accept
Dude,
no
the Power Ballad
responsibility
era was
whatsoever.
amazing.
None whatsoever. They live this lifestyle.
Breaking news, Vince McMahon is stepping aside.
The lawsuit accusing him of countless depraved and humiliating acts.
I didn't think the lawsuit could shock me, and I was floored.
When it comes to Vince, a lot of that is a character. He's going to show you what he wants you to see. The lines of reality are very blurred in our business. The individual loses all sense of who they really are.
My name is not Vince. My name is Mr. McMahon.
September 25th. That's today. Oh, so that's
Yeah,
start. Yeah,
it's
you
out
didn't
right
watch
now.
that. I
Yep.
got you.
Yep.
Tight. I recommend the hair metal one a lot, and this one looks great. I'll watch that for sure.
Yep.
Word. All right. Let's see who we're rating. This one. I'm looking for a raid.
I'll put on something.
Let's go to Beersy.
Yeah, sure.
Lewis,
Smell
great
feather.
party.
Thanks.
Where are all those good-looking sorority girls you're supposed to have dates with?
You know women. They're probably just being fashionably late.
Love you, Apostle.
Love you, Apostle. We're going to be heading
Love
over to
you.
Beersy. We'll be back on Saturday for Inside the Ride. So make sure you tune in for that. And big love to all y'all. This is the core crew. I'm really this is the core crew. I'm really well aware of that. I think that, you know, the idea of this show being the most popular show on the channel is obviously not a reality. And so those of you who are here for this, I appreciate it. We do it for you every week. And so if you think somebody would be interested in a show like this, make sure that you tell a friend. This VOD will be available on YouTube, and ! VODs in the chat. If you want to link to that, make sure you follow that channel. I'm pretty good about posting the VODs up. And yeah, appreciate you guys. Also look for the short form clips of this going up on Instagram, I'm going to be putting more of them into the Discord directly because I signed up for that fucking Discord Nitro thing. So I'll have like the ability to post bigger files in the Discord now. And so we'll be doing like short form content reviews and things like that in the Discord too. And yeah, love you guys. See you guys at the next one. Bye.
There's a brand new dance and it's coming your way. It was started in Miami by the